You're listening to the Gamecasters.
Natalie, Jeff, and Ryan are the Gamecasters, and they do a board game show, inboxes, and nooks and games, and top 5 lists, and sometimes there's fart jokes. Welcome back to episode 169 of the Gamecasters podcast. Remember on episode 144 where I was like, oh no, this is serious. We might not make it another 25 episodes or whatever. Well, here we are. Wait a minute. Why does it say the last recorded episode on here was 143? Have I forgotten to hit the record button for the last 25 episodes? Shit! Well, we're going to have to go back and try to recapture the magic of those episodes. Do you guys remember exactly what you said word for word? Yes. Laughter, inflections, and all?
I believed you that it was 169, so...
Yeah.
Well, let's start now. Welcome back, gamers, to episode 144 of the Gamecasters podcast, the only podcast that's never missed an episode due to not hitting the record button in the history of shows, which is a good thing, because if I ever had to go back and remember exactly what I said back then, I wouldn't be able to. All those laughter inflections, can you imagine? Impossible. Anyway, if you're here for the first time, my name is Ryan the Bathroom Buster James. With me is my beautiful bride's husband's best friend, Jeff the Mad Board Gamer, and with him is his best friend's beautiful bride, Natalie. Natalie, go Bob Adderley, banana faniful fattily, me, my mom, Natalie. We're here today to talk to you about something incredibly serious. Will we even make it another 25 episodes? I legit don't know where we'll be. Natalie and I have just been so out of the gaming world, and I feel like we're sputtering on fumes. Not sexually, just to be clear. That's been better than ever. What we're not doing in board games, we are doing in sex.
Oh my God.
So apparently the key to more sex is less board games, you guys. I've figured out, cracked the code. I've just found that board games don't quite excite me on the level of vaginal intercourse.
Okay.
Because you can only have one or the other, apparently. So, you guys, Nerdfest 2025 is happening Friday, March 28th through Sunday, March 30th. And we're in a brand new venue this time. The Novi Sheraton Hotel. Novi means nothing to most people listening. It's a city here.
Yes, it
Novi,
is in
Michigan.
Vouch for that.
Yep.
It's close. It's spitting distance away from the old VFW hall.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
not
quite
too
that
far.
close, but it's not that far. It's probably 10 to 15 minutes away. So it's in the same vicinity. But there's an attached hotel to the convention center. No more driving in every day. We're also really trying to fundraise to get more convention space to make Nerdfest even bigger. And we have a few different ways to engage with that and help out if you're coming to Nerdfest, or if maybe you just hate your money and want to get rid of it as fast as possible. The first way is to just straight up give it to us. You can Venmo
we'll
at
take it.
Nerdfest. Yeah, we'll have it. And we have different tiers. If you donate $25, your name goes up on the Nerdfest Benefactors of Awesome on the Nerdfest website. If you donate $50, we'll give you that first tier and a pin and a shout out on the podcast. If you donate $100, you'll get those other two tiers and an event table named after you at Nerdfest. Who wouldn't like that? If you donate $150 or more, you'll get all that other stuff and a VIP dinner and game with us at Nerdfest. Separate checks, of course. We can't pay for everyone to have dinner with us. That kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
But you get to have dinner with us, and isn't that fantastic? We've already had some fantastic donors. So without further ado, here are your shout-outs, you sexy sons of bitches. First up is a man that I think everyone that sees wants to bang and laments when they find out he's married, and it's our good friend Jack Rugless,
Yep.
or names Jack on the Discord. I was very sad when I found out he wouldn't fuck me.
Yeah, why not?
I haven't actually asked him.
Well, this is, I think, our time
so
to
soon.
formally ask him.
Will you fuck me, Jack?
Now he feels like he has to.
He has to now. Well,
Or
maybe
at least
not.
let Ryan fuck you.
Just let me fuck you. Next up is a man that I think everyone that sees wonders how he landed a wife as hot as that. And it's great friend of the show, Sam McDavitt
Yeah.
Gosh.
of McDavitt
Poor
Publishing.
people.
I know, it's so much. Can you
Give
can
him
you
money.
check back
They
a
do
Venmo?
say all this crazy shit about them.
Oh boy, we've just lost a
He
few
could like
$100.
challenge, he could like dispute the charge, I think. Next up is a man that we all look up to because we're forced to, because he's so fucking tall, and it's Curtis Howland.
So
Yay.
tall.
He's so goddamn tall.
I'm bringing a small step stool to stand next to
You
him.
might need a big step stool.
big
We have a
step.
picture
That is-
from last Nerdfest with me and Emily, 5'2" crew, standing next to him, and his whole head's
It's
cut
like
off.
up to his chest and is like nothing
I'd
above
like
in the
to
frame.
somehow do a picture of like perspective where he stands like 30 feet behind us.
He would
and just
still look like a
becomes
giant.
the same
Yeah,
height as all of
right.
us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
We should
make
try
that
that.
happen.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea. Next up is a man that Natalie once called the new Michael Vanoy.
Ooh.
And it's Alan Fullerton.
Yeah. Thanks, Alan.
Michael,
Yeah.
you better show up this year.
Yeah, so you can just become Michael Vanoy again.
Right, exactly. Thanks to all of you so far who've donated. But I noticed there's too much sausage in this fest. We need some bacon. So
Bacon.
I want the women.
Is that the
Women are
alternative?
bacon?
Is that the other side?
the bacon strip? What? Yeah, kind of looks like a strip of bacon.
Okay.
What was that? Remember when we did that one episode that was talking about the genitals, and one of them was like something about the barbershop floor.
Oh, yeah, eating sushi or something.
Eating sushi off
Yeah.
the bar. I could have said that. So just saying bacon is better than that, right,
True.
Natalie?
I guess.
Thank you all to everyone who's donated so far. It's really helping. So the other way to get involved and help out is to partake in an event we're hosting in partnership with the incredible FLGS in Walled Lake, Michigan, Game and Company. Well, it's Game Ampersand Company. On Sunday, December 15th, between the hours of 11 a.m. and 6 p.m., you'll find some combination of Jeff, Natalie, and myself playing Gamecasters Essentials games all day, hanging out and chatting with you all, and even hosting a Tumbling Dice tournament. Joe, hopefully you'll listen to that and coming and you'll run that. I asked him. He said he would.
Yeah.
$10 gets you into the event, and most of that goes directly to Nerdfest. The wonderful people at Game Ampersand Company are also donating a portion of all sales that happen in the store that day to Nerdfest.
So nice.
It's just a really
So nice.
great thing that they're doing. Game and Company are a newer FLGS that actually opened up earlier this year. And they've got such a great and friendly vibe. There's tons of natural light pouring in. All the staff are friendly and helpful. And there's tons of space to play games if you'd like. They also run events constantly. Check them out at gameandcompany.com. I've been saying ampersand, but the and in this one is A-N-D. So gameandcompany.com. There you can search their calendar for our Sunday Fun Day event and buy tickets. Even if you can't make it to the event, you can still buy tickets. And 100% of that sale will go directly to Nerdfest. So if you're looking for a way to donate, you don't want to, shell out $100 to get a table named after you. You can still help us and donate $10 to this Sunday Fun Day, even if you can't make it. And all that money will go right to Nerdfest. So I'd like to personally thank Alyssa, James, and Eric for allowing this to happen.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so nice. She
I'll
sat
thank them
down.
too. Thank you. Thank you.
She said, Alyssa sat down with us and brainstormed ideas that, how we can work together to make this happen. And it's just like so generous.
It's so great. And we really have the idea in mind to grow both Nerdfest, all three, Nerdfest, the Gamecasters, and Game and Company. We want them to benefit as much as we are from this.
Yeah.
We're not some parasite. We'd like this all to be
Absolutely.
Of course.
Symbiotic is what we're hoping
Yeah.
for.
Yes.
So they will be at Nerdfest like they were this past time, which was this year.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say they'll be at Nerdfest this year, but it's really next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, technically,
This next Nerdfest
the last
coming
one
up,
was this
they
year.
will be there as well, selling games and talking and chatting with everybody there.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So what have you guys been up to in the last 6 months?
I think I know, right? Natalie has. Natalie, why
However
don't you
long
tell
it's
us what you've been doing? Where have you been?
Oh, I went to Japan for
Oh, no big deal.
a week
That's
of that.
right. I forgot about it.
6 weeks
I
or
almost
whatever.
forgot.
I know it feels like so in the past at this point, but yes, I went to Japan. It was a very cool trip, very interesting place, very different.
Those are all very nondescript things
I
about
know.
your stay.
It's like
did
so-
you actually go,
whenever-
or did you just like
Whenever people
hang out
ask
in
me,
Arizona
I'm like, I
for
don't
a
know
week
what
and
to
a
say
half
about it.
by
We
yourself?
we did so much stuff.
young.
We packed
Yeah.
in so many things. We went to Tokyo and Kyoto and Osaka and
Rode the bullet train.
rode the bullet train several times.
Saw a bamboo forest.
Saw a bamboo forest. Saw
That was cool.
a bunch of shrines and temples. Went to a monkey park.
a monkey park?
And a cat cafe.
Oh,
and a
you went to the cat cafe. You wanted to
Yep.
go to that.
It was very funny. It was like you walk in and you have to put all your stuff in a locker, and then you have to put on these slippers, and then you can get a drink out of a
Why they
vending
call it kitten
machine.
mittens? You have to buy your kitten mittens. Those cats are just so damn loud.
noisy.
Yeah. But you get like a little drink out of a vending machine, and they even had this like picture on the wall that had pictures of all the cats.
And their names, like
Yeah, I don't
you
know
could
if
be
they
like,
had
oh,
their
that's
names.
kitten mitten.
So then you go inside, and it's just like this giant, like this big place, this big like lounge, and there's like computers, there's like tons of like books, manga, couches, tables and chairs, like just
And cats everywhere.
a place to
And cats.
lounge with cats just hanging out all over the place.
And there was a poster she just took a picture of on the wall. It's like like a framed picture. It's got all the cats' faces and their names on it.
Said.
Well,
I wasn't listening. Did you really just say that?
I said that, and then he's like, "Did they have their names on it?"
Fuck.
Yeah.
I was good. Right when you guys were saying that part, I was like, I'm going to talk about the ghost stones. And I need there's like a name I need to get right in here. And so I was like looking that up while you're
Do
doing
you
that.
want me to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan
we'll just cut the
really
other part out.
Ryan really wanted me
Sorry.
to buy him some
Sorry, guys.
shell and slate go stones. And so
Slate and
before I left, we found a go store that specifically only sells go stuff. And my hotel happened, so like Tokyo is obviously enormous.
Yeah.
And there's these different areas called like prefectures. And they're just like different sections of Tokyo.
Okay.
And the one
I
that we
didn't know
stayed in was called Shinjuku. And the store happened to be in Shinjuku. So we
Perfect.
could like walk there from our hotel. And so so one day we walked there, found the store, and I walk in and it's like this really small little store and just had literally just sold go stones, go boards, and then like
The
holders
bowls.
for
Yeah.
the stones. And it was like this really sweet old Japanese man, and I showed him because Ryan sent me like a screenshot of the website, and I was like, I'm looking for these for my husband, and and he I don't know, I bought them and he packed them up for me. He was so nice and sweet, and then he was like, oh, hold on, and he gave me and my mom and Ryan a little like origami crane that his sister made that she said to give out to all their foreign customers.
The locals don't give a fuck about this crap.
And he's like, your
but-
husband's gonna be so happy.
I was too. Oh my
cool.
gosh, they're amazing.
Yeah.
The slate and shell stones. So I have
It
these
was cute.
beautiful ghost stones now. They're like $400. They're like
They're
because
expensive.
the white ones.
So they're like 40,000 yen.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
they were like 55,000.
55,000.
Something like
Okay, you're
that.
close.
Yeah.
That's pretty close. But they're actually made from real clamshell.
Mm-hmm.
And then the slate ones are actual stone, right?
Can you term it for ham shells?
Well, Natalie tried, and they were like, "Don't try to
You
get.
can't get
you don't even try to get one clam for
Can't- Yeah, try to do it.
So
But
now I have the
Yeah.
stones. I just
No,
want to
go
derail
ahead.
you for 1 second.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting a go board to use them on. I am commissioning one from our good buddy Chris Wilson, who I don't know if you know, he's got this new business that he's doing with his dad.
Working business.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And he can just make you a go board.
Yeah, he's making so they make like
Like cutting boards.
cutting boards and cheese
charcuterie
like
platter
charcuterie
things.
platter board things. And I reached out to him, and the business is called Nook's Handmade Woodcrafts.
Okay.
You can find them on Instagram, probably on the web.
Everywhere.
I'm sure they have a
Yeah.
website.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, I wonder if you guys take commissions? Like I would like a go board.
Yeah.
A nice go board. And he was like, yeah, let's
I
do
want
a
a crokinole board.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah,
I'll bet they
totally.
would try to make it.
Yeah.
Knowing Chris Wilson, he's like Joe. He does not half-ass anything.
All right, Chris.
Right,
I
he
want
just goes for it.
a crokinole board. Let's talk about
Here
it.
we go.
Message
Nook's
me.
Handmade Woodcrafts.
Yeah, I want a
believe
crokinole
is
board. But I also want that crokinole board to hold my meat and cheeses. I want a
Double purpose.
on the
That's a
other
double.
side.
Yeah.
You flip it over and it
over.
becomes a cutting board.
Yeah. That's what I want.
That's funny.
Natalie,
Sorry,
what was your
continue.
big what was your big culture shock when you went there? That like they do
Toilets.
things different there than here. What was like the biggest thing? You're
Yeah.
like, wow, that is something that sort
To
of shocked
me,
me.
I feel like, so to me, I feel like as a culture, they just really they all like seem to work together and put importance on just making their life as pleasant as possible.
Seems obvious, doesn't it?
Well,
It's,
well, you
right? You know, like there's just like little things. Like, I mean, everybody knows it's general knowledge that it's very clean there, and cleanliness is important to them. But like, one of my favorite things that I talk about is like their toilets there are like the nicest, fanciest toilets. Like every public bathroom had like bidets and like automatic like stuff going on, and like our hotel toilets had heated seats, and every toilet there was like so fancy, even if it was like in just a random public area.
Yeah.
Cool.
And or there was like every time you go to a restaurant, they had like baskets under the tables to put your stuff in because they didn't want you to have to like put it on the floor or your chair. One time I tried to like put it on their chair. They're like, "Oh no, here's a basket," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Don't do that.
Sure. Right.
Yeah, and just little things like that. There was like vending machines literally everywhere. It's like every like 20 feet, there's a vending machine. There's a vending machine. You'll never be thirsty there because there's a vending machine.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
It was very, very inexpensive. The yen's pretty weak right now. So like, actually, I found out that I think for the like 8 days or whatever we were there, me and my mom together on food, and obviously we ate out at like every meal, spent like $400 on food
Jeez.
for 2 people for like 8 days. It was like
That's like nothing.
I know.
Right.
Less
Some of the
than Ryan's
meals were
Ghost
like so ridiculously cheap. Right, exactly. But it was just, and it was also just an interesting thing. There's a lot of like, I don't know, just funny stuff that they have. Like
Comedians.
no, like they'll
Like
be
how-
like
like
you're
funny
like walking
hee-hee?
in
Yeah.
like the city, and then there's just like this giant screen on a building that's like a cat that looks like 3D almost, like the cat's popping out, but it's just like on the screen, and it's just
You're
doing
like,
just,
"Ah!"
like silly stuff, or just like random stuff like that. You're just like, what the heck? But also you're like stopping and watching it because it's like interesting, but you're like, why?
Yeah.
There's just like stuff like that everywhere. I'd say one of my least favorite thing was just public transportation. It was just a lot. That's all we had to use, and it was very confusing, and it was like a little bit stressful. And if we happened to go when it was crowded, you were just crammed in there.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing was like on public transportation, you're not allowed to talk on your phone.
Oh, like
Wait,
when you go on
really?
the train or whatever, you can't talk on your phone.
No, like you can be on your
can
phone,
be
like
on it.
texting, but you can't talk out loud to people on your phone.
Whoa. What
And-
happens if you do?
I don't know. I think it's just like a be courteous. Like nobody wants to hear that kind of thing.
Wow. Damn.
True.
And it's not even just like
It is true.
it's an unwritten rule. Like they announced that
Oh,
on the
shit.
train.
Get the fuck
the
off.
You know,
my
and they have
cell phone.
signs
Yeah.
and
What the
stuff.
fuck are you
Yep.
doing?
I think they just
Don't be
don't
a
want
fucking douche.
people to just be like, I think there
Douchebags.
being
Yeah.
quiet and stuff is like respectful. If you're just like a loud person just chatting a private conversation and where everyone can hear, I think that's just not how they do things.
So you're
there.
saying we should all move.
Right.
Sounds good.
That,
Pack it up.
that sounds like the life right there.
Right.
It's like we're not going to
Heated
hit episode
seats,
169.
bidets, and you can't talk.
Yeah,
on.
everyone's just so polite too. I mean, it's constantly just like bowing at each other, just like being extremely helpful, extremely polite. Everybody was so nice there. Even if they had no idea what you're saying, they're still just like
they're
acting
like,
so
okay.
polite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just almost like I'm sorry.
Well, here's the $1 million question. Would you go back?
Yeah, that's a good question.
How
feel
much
like-
drugs would you have to give Ryan to get him on a plane to get to Japan?
Yeah,
He'd have to be out.
Yeah,
he would
like
have
12
to wake
hours
up
worth of
in
drugs.
Japan.
Yeah.
Like if you
Like B.A. Baracus.
like if I like slipped something in a Slurpee right now, and
Yeah.
he woke up tomorrow in Japan, I think he'd be really, really happy.
I would. I'd
But
be
he'd
like,
also
thank you for doing
what
that.
the fuck
Yeah.
just happened?
Yeah,
I know.
I
Like
would.
that's
Well,
pretty crazy, but
but I'd
cool.
be
I guess
happy.
we're
I
here.
feel like if I went with Ryan, I would go back because there's so many things that I would have done with him that I didn't do with my mom just because like she doesn't give a shit about like Studio Ghibli or Nintendo or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And there's like really cool places there related to that stuff. So we just kind of did the general like touristy stuff, but I don't know. It's just so far, and it's just like
Yeah, the commute's bad.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
rough.
Like
One way,
I think if I went with you, I would go back again, but I don't know if I would. And it's not.
Okay.
It's not that I like didn't like it. It's more just like I didn't think I'd ever go there to begin with, and I did. That's
Yeah,
cool.
that is
But
cool.
There's also other places I want to see too.
Right? Like what?
Like
Like where would you go if you could pick anywhere to go?
anywhere.
This question's for both of you.
Ireland's one of my top.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Actually,
You want to go to Ireland too?
Yeah.
I want to go to Ireland. I always thought it'd be cool to go to like Iceland.
Yeah,
looks
Iceland would be
gorgeous.
sweet too.
I'm like
Anywhere that's like
mostly
really
Irish,
cool.
so I think
I wondered
going
if
there-
that's what your
I know. I think
motivation
in
was.
Dublin there's like a Madigan's pub. Which I would
Dublin.
love
Oh,
to,
that's
Really?
cool.
Yeah, which I would love to go to and be like,
Owned by Kathleen Madigan.
yeah, right. But that's always been on the top of my
Yeah.
list.
I did go to Italy and that was awesome. I would go back there. But like places like that in
Still have to
Europe.
drug Ryan to get in there.
Yep, yeah, drug me.
Totally.
But I would do that. I would go there if you drugged me.
Yeah.
I would
guess
wake
I'd have
up.
to.
I would wake up in
Right.
Italy.
I'd wake up in Italy.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of sweet.
Or somewhere like Fiji. That would be awesome. too.
Jeff, would you ever go back to South Africa?
Yeah, I would.
Would you go back to South Africa Like, let's say you could go anywhere right now and you couldn't go to Ireland. Would you choose to go back to South Africa, or would you want to experience something else?
I think I would go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I was like, hey, I'm going to,
Germany.
No, I'm going to South Africa.
Oh.
Come with me. You'd be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But if you were like to pick somewhere on your own.
Yeah.
I'll go somewhere else.
That's kind of how I am.
Because I'm not traveling all the time every like summer or every other month. That like when I go somewhere, it's something.
Yeah, it's
like,
going to happen
very
once every
special,
decade,
right?
maybe.
So it's not going
Right.
to be.
No, that's the same with me. Like, there's places I would go back, but mostly I want to see new places.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, like Pittsburgh.
Like North Korea.
Oh.
North Korea.
Like Pittsburgh. Jeff, what have you been up to, man?
Nothing.
Sitting there twiddling your thumbs waiting for the day that we
Yeah.
came back?
Yeah.
In comparison
shit.
to going to Japan, nothing. I have this
same
dumb
with me.
cough, so I'll apologize in advance to the dozens of listeners.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, well, we came over here. We, as in Devin and the kids and myself, came over here last weekend and hung out with Ben and M, which was super fun. And I was a little nervous. I was like, man, I have this dumb cough. I feel fine. Everybody's okay. No fever, no nothing.
We
And
were
then I
all
showed up
sick.
and everyone had
everyone
the
was in the
exact
same boat.
cough.
Yeah.
Everyone was coughing exactly the same. And I was like,
Yep.
okay, well, at least we're all just together.
It was all the same.
And it's just this lingering, stupid cough that's just hanging around. And my job is me talking. So I like talk. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
And my kid's like, go to the doctor. And I'm like, mind your own
Shut
damn
the fuck
business.
up.
I
And they were
know.
like, that's a
God.
good idea. Maybe I should.
Yeah, maybe I should. Sometimes I'm like,
then I did.
wouldn't all the world just be better if we all just shut up?
Yeah, just shut the
Japan
fuck
has
up.
figured it out.
Yeah, they
You're on
have.
the train. Shut
Shut
up.
up.
Right.
Stop
Would it be
talking.
nice? Would it be nice if we all just shut up? Yeah,
I
it
would love
fucking
that.
would be.
Shut the fuck
Shut up.
up.
Yep.
Does that go for us? We're done.
We're done. That's
We'll
it.
be back
man.
next time.
We'll see you later.
We're the king and queens of not shutting the fuck
Well,
up.
if I'm going to do the one thing and recommend a show, Penguin on HBO is awesome.
Oh, yeah. You talked
If you
about
haven't
that
started
before.
that, you need to watch it.
Is that good?
It's good.
Colin
Yeah.
Farrell, right?
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck it's Colin Farrell, but apparently it is.
Yeah.
I
They
did
keep giving him
watch.
credit for it.
I did watch a behind the scenes thing of him turning into the penguin.
Okay, that might
did
help
you?
me see him.
Yeah,
in the penguin
it's crazy
suit or
how
whatever.
they do it. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I watched the 2 episodes, 8 months ago when we recorded. It's almost done. I think or maybe it's done tonight, but it's very, very good.
Really?
You should jump on it.
Awesome. Okay, let's watch.
You
that.
don't have to be super Batman fans. You don't have to have seen.
I like Batman a lot.
Yeah, I like
I
Batman.
pretty much watch every Batman thing
Yeah.
that said that.
And
comes
you don't
out.
have to have seen the Batman, which is the Robert Pattinson one. You don't have to have seen that.
I have
but-
seen that. Did you watch it?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I liked it. It was very. It was a lot more serious than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
Why so serious?
It was like very brooding.
yeah.
I
I like the direction of it. It's cool. Like I would be in for the other one.
Is the show in the same tone as the movie?
No, it's lighter.
Okay.
It is. It's lighter. There's some funny things, and it's not haha funny, but it's definitely a lighter show than that.
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But
I know that
so-
we didn't watch it yet, but Silo season 2
I
started.
watched the first episode of Silo last night, which was good. I like how the second season.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Well, you
I'm
know-
very excited to watch
Still
that show.
want you to ruin all the
Nope.
books.
Well,
don't do it.
I might.
I still don't
probably not.
know.
Wait until it ends.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe I
man.
will.
Yeah.
So good. I hope they follow it.
Just imagine how he's gonna be when he watches it. The book was better. I don't want that Ryan. Okay, I want the Ryan. I want the Ryan who likes
don't
TV
even-
shows.
I'm not
Stop
gonna, like-
ruining him for me.
I'm not gonna like.
It's not. He just doesn't want me to ruin
know.
it for him.
Yeah.
I'm just more like I read the books because I'm like I need to know what happens, and then I
Yeah.
read them and I was like this was awesome,
Yeah.
And now I'm
think
like, and
the
I
second
can't talk
season
to
started
anybody
really
about
cool.
it.
So
Kevin Measles has read it.
there you go. You can talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been all that same. School and whatever. And I just want to get to break and just win the lottery and stop doing my job.
God, that'd be sweet.
That'd be sweet.
Win the lottery, then you can pay people to shut the fuck up.
Then I could just support Nerdfest.
Yeah, you'll be the sole
Yeah.
benefactor.
I mean, we'll all be done.
every
You guys won't
table's
work
name
either.
is Jeff Mack.
Yeah, but, I bought all the tables, so it said $150. So.
I'll give you $1 million if you just call it Jeff Fest.
Yeah, Jeff Fest.
or it's just called Jeff.
Yeah, it's just Jeff.
Welcome to Jeff.
Welcome to Jeff. You can enter Jeff right through there. Head in there, all the Jeff tables
All the
are
Jeff-
available. The Jeff libraries
This
over
is
there
your
too. You can
face
check
on
out any
every-
Jeff games.
All games donated by Jeff.
You'll take over. You'll rebuy all the ones Dave and Patty did because their names are on the Nerdfest games. You'll buy those and there'll be your
Exact
name on
games
them
and
instead.
give them back. Yeah, like, we
Right.
don't need
We
these
don't need
anymore.
this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So you guys, Amanda Miller sent me this Reddit link.
Okay.
that I thought could turn us all the fuck on.
Ooh, baby.
And it's pretty funny. It was called Who is Your Weirdest, quote, Hear Me Out cartoon character? So if you don't know what hear me out means, it's basically like, hear me out, guys, I'd fuck this person.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the idea is it's a cartoon character, okay?
Yeah.
And typically they're not, like it's not Jessica Rabbit,
Yeah.
which was the first person I thought of.
Yeah,
It's not,
she doesn't count?
I mean, you can say her.
I mean, she's on the list.
Yeah, she's on the list. You can say her, of course. But like everyone would fuck Jessica Rabbit.
Right. That's like
Even
obvious. Right.
Natalie, ooh,
Would you fuck Jessica Rabbit?
Probably.
she's going to in the cartoon I draw.
Okay, yeah. She has in the cartoon I've drawn.
So yeah, the idea is you're kind of like, ooh, that brave little toaster kind of looks toasty.
The vacuum cleaner.
Ooh, yeah, let's just fuck. All right. So, what do you guys have any that you'd bang?
Well, after you told me, Natalie, who do you have? The critic and who else?
I don't have the critic.
What's the one? What's that show? Is it Dr. Katz where it's all squiggle lines?
Yes,
What
that
is
one.
he on there?
Dr. Cat.
He's not attractive. I'll
I
say
don't
that.
know.
What about Howard the Duck?
I got Woody from Toy Story.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all
Is it
right.
only because his name is Woody?
No,
Yeah.
he's just like such a nice guy.
Because she's all about the
Yeah,
cowgirl.
tell us why
She's
you want to fuck
cowgirl.
him. Is that why?
You want to be his cowgirl?
You want to RP with him?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just like a
He's
nice
a good guy.
Yeah.
What a good guy.
What a
like
good
all she
guy.
there's like Buzz Lightyear who's just all into himself and stuff,
True.
and Woody's just like
All into
cares
you.
about everybody and
Except in the
Oh.
beginning
like
of the
a
first
sweet
movie.
And that gets your
guy.
motor
Wants to
running.
kill Buzz.
And
He does. He tries to murder
tries to kill him.
Buzz.
He just
Throws him out the
Well, he
window.
has he's got little mental
Attempted murder.
problems, but then he gets better.
Yeah, he does get better. He straightens it out. He straightens
Natalie
it
likes to
out.
think that everyone
Yeah.
deserves a second chance.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Jeff, what about you? Who do you
I
got?
put Elastigirl from The Incredibles.
Yes.
The mom.
Oh,
How do you not
yeah.
want to fuck her?
Like, and then she could just do a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Imagine that.
Well, I also like to think
know?
she can.
Yeah.
She's Elastigirl. That doesn't only mean she can make things like she could probably make things tighter.
she can go out both
She
ways.
can probably
go.
Yeah, it could be. It could be an experience.
Yeah, you're never
I
blowing
think.
that one out. All right.
Yeah. What do you got?
I would say
Red
Joy
Bull
from Inside Out.
Really?
Yeah, she
The
does
main
it. She does
girl?
it for me a little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
Amy Poehler's character, the one that she plays,
Yep.
she's got a little body on her.
Okay. Yeah. She had a little skirt too.
She got
Is that
that
what
little,
she's wearing?
she got
A
that little
little-
possibly pixie haircut.
Okay.
You know, I'm kind of
possibly
liking.
pixie.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
liking Joy, and she's got that bubbly personality that I think she would just really be excited to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I
To
mean?
do it.
She'd be so happy.
Well, she'd be
let's
joyful.
go.
She's
Her name
joyful.
is
Yeah,
Joy.
she'd be like,
bedroom.
"You're doing a great job.
Yeah,
3
nice
seconds
job.
is not bad.
Nice
3
job.
inches also not bad.
Good job.
I think most people think that's
I'm happy.
large. Yeah.
This is a core memory.
Yeah.
What do you got, Natalie?
I also picked Captain Planet.
Oh, he's a hero. Captain
I
Planet.
picture of him. He's like
He's hot as
He's
fuck.
ripped or
he's
what?
ripped,
Okay.
and he saves the planet.
He does
Okay.
save the planet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like him.
It's like Greenzo.
I'm actually getting a little jealous.
I was like, God damn it.
I was like,
Captain
damn, I don't remember him looking like that.
All right, Jeff, what else you got?
I put Lola Bunny from Space Jam.
I mean, yes, that's a good one.
Lola Bunny.
Yeah.
Sporty, athletic.
Yep.
All the right places.
Cute.
The ears flop back. You know, it's just something.
Bunnies.
They like the fuck.
Well, I'll stay on the bunnies thing and say Judy Hopps from Zootopia.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, is that the cop?
Yep.
The main
Brian likes
hero?
women of authority.
I do like
Authority.
the authoritative women with giant ass donks. It was between. Well, I'll save this one for next one. You go to the next one, Natalie. Who you got next?
I got Flynn Rider from Tangled.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean,
What's
he's
that?
like a
Who's that?
handsome.
He's like the male
Is
guy
Tangled- is that
in
Rapunzel?
Tangled.
Is
Yeah,
that-
that's
okay,
Rapunzel.
okay, all right.
We said no Disney princesses, so we're not picking anything from those movies.
He's not a prince.
I know. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have,
yeah.
but yeah, that's true.
Like,
You
I
should
could
not
have
pick
picked Prince
princes.
Eric, but I didn't.
He turns into a prince at the end though because he marries her.
Oh, what do you think about that?
So I'm just kidding.
Wrong.
No, you can fuck Flynn Rider. That's fine. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Jeff. What else you got?
I put Betty Rubble.
Yeah, Betty Rubble's hot.
Betty Rubble, and she's like, you know, she's not wearing a lot of clothes. She's got that little, like, you know, cave lady skirt going on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Betty Rubble.
That's a good one. I put Eve from Wall-E.
Eve.
Eve.
There you go.
Eve.
Do a lot with that machine.
She's
yeah, she
sexy,
can do it.
man. There are eyes that she can just like fuck you up too with that
Oh
gun.
my god.
The risk.
Damn, she's hot. Natalie, you got anybody else? Powdered Toast
What
Man?
was the one? No.
Ren and or Stimpy.
Grab a hold of his
yeah.
buttocks, Natalie.
I had the older brother from Big Hero 6 that dies.
Oh my god. Why didn't you just pick Big Hero 6?
Yeah.
Obviously, before he dies.
Yeah, Baymax.
Should have been Baymax, duh.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how pleasurable is this for you?
That would have been great.
Your pussy is
Well, he's
wet.
cute and he's really smart.
He's really smart.
He's really smart.
And he's dead.
He's really-
Before he died.
Yeah.
though. Before he died. Jeff, you have anybody else?
I wrote down Lara Croft.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
I
Laura
think she
Croft.
might kill me, but
Yeah, but you'd have a good time.
I think so. You got anybody else?
Also, I had Lois from Family Guy.
No.
Oh, yeah, Lois.
Yeah, she puts up with Peter.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
got a body on her, too.
Lois has got
Her
a dong.
voice is awful, though.
It's not
You're not
about
fucking her voice,
having
though,
a
now.
conversation over dinner with her. It's about hear me out. That's what it's about.
Exactly. This is Hear Me Out. And then I also I said Joy from Inside Out. I also kind of like Disgust from Inside Out.
The green one?
Yeah, the
Oh,
green
yeah,
one.
She got an
one.
attitude.
Yeah.
but
She
it's okay.
does.
Yeah.
But
She's
she got
pretty.
a little body on her,
Yeah.
too. So thank you, Amanda Miller, for that idea. That was really fun. I like that conversation. I always want to talk about anybody I could fuck.
My God.
Be it
Those
real
those
or
the
not.
best.
It's true.
Those are the best. Like,
I'm sure all guys do.
Sex talk
Yeah.
is way better than any other kind of talk.
yeah, I don't understand how people have other conversations.
We should do a sex podcast.
Yeah.
Jeff, it's been a long time. It's been 6 weeks since our last show. Have you possibly played anything in those 6 weeks?
No.
Okay.
I haven't played anything.
Natalie, how about
Us
you?
too.
Yeah.
Same. All right, moving on to the next segment.
I've been playing like so much. I have like I'm gonna try to get through games quick because I want to cover some of them. You know,
do it.
I've been
Cover 'em.
like
Speed round.
yeah. So I want to talk about this game I got at Gen Con called Tower Up.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it at
Okay.
Gen Con. It's from Monolith Board Games.
What do they do?
Okay, they did the new Claustrophobia.
Ooh, I have that.
Okay, they did that big Conan
Yeah.
game,
So
and
they
then
make big stuff.
Then they have a cool Batman game. So this seems like it's a little bit of a pivot, like in their
Yeah.
thematic minis type
This is
of
like
game.
Euro style?
This is a quick family plus like less than medium
Oh.
kind of game,
Wow.
but like definitely not in that.
Right. Not in the
thematic
giant
world.
thematic
Yeah.
big dudes on a map stuff.
So I got it, and the unassuming maybe cover. Did you pull up the cover?
I
of that
did. It
yet?
almost looked
Kind
like.
of. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, is this even the actual cover of the game?
Yeah, I'll get to my thoughts obviously at the end, but the game is so much better than the cover.
Makes it look
than the
like-
presentation, I think.
Yeah.
It all kind of works. Like you're developing, and I understand where they went, but it doesn't grab you right away.
No.
So in Tower Up, you're towering up. Okay. You're building skyscrapers, of course. Okay. Main board is this map. It's broken up into districts. Nothing that you've ever not seen before. Wait.
Oh,
does
it's
that
New
make
York
any sense?
1901.
Yeah, or it's Skyrise, or it's whatever the random city building game is. So each player gets a player board, and they have these cute little what are construction trucks? What are those called?
Construction trucks.
Yeah,
Oh,
like a
cat?
dumpster, like a dump, not a
Bulldozer?
bulldozer. That's one. Other things, who cares?
What's this?
A bucket
I just
truck.
teach
No, that's a
history.
bulldozer.
Who cares?
A crane.
A crane.
I don't know.
Like
That's
a
a bird.
sandhill crane.
Excavator.
An
Excavator, that's
yeah,
one.
Blippy sings about
What's
that.
the one that Austin Powers got stuck in between the wall?
I think that was just like a cart, wasn't it?
No, was it? Oh, you're right. It was.
That was the cement flattener kind of thing.
That's
like
what I'm
roller
thinking
or whatever.
of.
It was like,
but
no.
you're right. You're right. The cart was the one he got
Yeah.
stuck. But that's what I'm thinking of. The
cement
steamroller.
mixer.
Yeah.
The steamroller. Yeah.
Anyway, you got these little tracks, and they have these little excavator things on them. On your turn, you do two very simple things. You can either take card and the matching building pieces of it, which are just little like squares that stack on top of each other, or you can begin construction. Those two turns are very similar, like a Ticket to Ride, right? Take
Yeah.
a card, build.
Sure.
So when constructing, players choose an empty space on the board. You place a building piece that you have on the spot that doesn't match any adjacent buildings. So brown buildings can't go next to brown buildings. Gray can't go next to gray, right? And then you must
Got it.
pay the cost, meaning you must add a level to each adjacent building that you place next to.
Okay.
So if you placed a brown building on a spot and it was adjacent to a gray, a black, and a white, you put the brown one down, then you'd have to do gray, black, and white and stack up the other ones higher. Kind of like representing growing the neighborhood or
Yep.
something like that, right?
Sure.
After constructing the surrounding buildings, you add a roof to any of the pieces that you add to. You move up tracks depending on how tall the building was when you added your roof to it. You can add on top of other roofs. It's only a roof for like a hot second, and then you could apparently add on top of a roof. I don't know.
Okay. As is
Who
reality.
knows, right?
Right.
So the whole game is basically like you place it out there, you add to the surrounding buildings, you place a roof, you move up tracks. You play until someone runs out of roofs. Roofies.
Roofs.
The roof.
Roofs.
Roofalin.
Roofs.
Roves.
Roofs.
I gotta look this up.
Reefs. It's roofs.
Roofs.
That's roofs.
Roofs.
Well, the roofs are roofs.
You got too many roofs.
Yes.
It's not roofs, I don't think.
Roofs. It's not roofs.
Is it? I don't think it's roofs. I think it's roofs.
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 Yes.
Rows.
Roof.
It says it is roofs.
Told you.
Or is it
Roofs is also a recognized plural form,
recognized.
but it's considered archaic and less commonly used than roofs.
Yeah, exactly. We're
the roofs.
new. We're new age here. We go with the roofs.
Yeah. So when someone runs out of roofs, the game
Man, that
ends.
sounds archaic.
Okay. I just explained a game, and everybody probably was like, that sounds boring. This game is way better than boring.
Oh, cool.
It exceeded my
Way better than
expectations.
boring is good.
It is. Yeah, like you explain it,
What
you're
are
like,
the
all right,
reasons
this
for
isn't
that?
this isn't like great. First of all, anybody can sit down and play this game. You could play it with the kids, and you could play it with the game group, and there is some good like depth in the game, almost like sneaky depth. Okay.
All right.
In terms of jockeying for position, both to like meet these goals that are on the board of like having a building in each district or height of certain buildings, right? You're trying to get these goals. But also you want to have your roofs.
Yep.
You want to have your roofs visible at the end of the game.
Roofs.
So if you can somehow position your buildings so no one else can build on them, you kind of like corner it and be like, okay, I want to be in this corner. I can put my building there. I get my roof on top. I might not score a lot of points now, but my roof is visible at the end of the game no matter what because you can't add to it.
Roof.
My roofs. And it was similar to like Skyrise, and it's not as heavy yet, but when I was playing Skyrise and you do that bidding mechanic, right, where you're like, I want to try to corner this and I'm going to win the next bid no matter what.
Yep.
It felt similar to that, and that sort of sneaky depth that like 2 or 3 rounds in, you're like, oh, that's how I can do this.
Well, user Mexo says preferred over Skyrise. So
When I looked at the
wouldn't go
picture,
that.
I thought of Skyrise.
Yeah, I wouldn't go crazy like that. But it's a totally different game. This is a lighter, this isn't bidding, and it's just comparing games because they're both about buildings.
Right. They're building stuff.
So I learned the game in like 10 minutes, taught it in 5. Devin and I played it in sub 30, I bet.
Oh, dang.
Which is awesome and a huge point in his favor for getting back to the table. Devin was like, I really like it. I loved the mechanism of having to add to the surrounding buildings.
that's cool.
Because you have to plan for not only what building you want to build, but you have to have the stuff around it.
Can building things ever come off?
No, they're just there and they just keep towering up. That's maybe the sequel, Towering Down.
Towering down.
And so it's also something that draws your attention, similar to a Skyrise, in that the city is building itself, and you're seeing these kind of towers on the table. So it looked cool on the table. Cameron and Lexi could sit down and play this no problem. It's but also like you might. I don't even know if you would destroy them. Like I think they would do just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they would understand how to do that. But also
Does say 8+.
there was just this a few turns that Devin and I both talked about when we were playing where we were like, okay, I see how you could sort of take advantage of a good turn or take advantage of someone placing it there and then you can corner off sort of part of the map.
So are you recommending this game?
I would. It's cool. I definitely wouldn't say, I would say don't just dismiss it by maybe the artwork or the name or the theme. I think it exceeds some of that. But yeah, I would like check into it because it could very easily be a game you just overlook because
Yeah.
it's called Tower Up.
Yeah.
because
It does
the
seem
cover
pretty
is
generic.
kind of bland.
Yeah.
Everybody's played a city building game, so and maybe this was a game that started in the negative because of some of those things.
Sure.
but then exceeded my expectations of playing it. I was like, it gets decent. It does get decent reviews on.
You've just played with Devin so far, or did you play with the
Board
group?
Game Geek. I just played with Devin, so we played it 2, and it works. Just
I wonder
fine
how
with
it
2.
says best 3. I wonder how it is with more.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think that then makes that board like tighter. Like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
really jockeying for those positions, which
Right.
I would like, and it probably wouldn't take more than 15 more minutes
yeah,
to
it says
play.
30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's
that's a
been
good
since playing it with Devin. It's been one of the games that when game night ended, I'm like, all right, we're gonna play Tower Up or we're gonna play like Neo Dreams or something. Where I'm like, these are the 2 games if we have 30 minutes left to like play.
You're
Yeah.
juicing me here. I'm getting juiced.
juice.
Yeah, and this is going to be a game that he's all juiced up.
Give me the juice.
This is going to be a game that will be in my bag for like Basement Nerdfest, for Novi Giant Nerdfest, because I can sit down with someone and we can play a game in under an hour.
Yeah, because
with a
the
team.
weight is
Yeah.
about 2.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. For a 30, 45 minute game, that's a
Yeah.
good
It's
length
like-
to girth.
The length to girth is spot on.
Nice.
Yeah, Tower Up
Tower
by Monolith.
Up. I'm going to have to check that shit out.
Yeah, and I think Monolith is under the umbrella of
Under the umbrella
Flat
tree.
River,
Oh, okay. That's a Flat River group.
I believe.
Game company.
Yeah.
Game ampersand company.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. The first game I want to talk about is a game from 25th Century that showed up in an email from them. Chad, if you're ever wondering if those ad emails work, this one fucking got me. I knew nothing about it based on the 10-second description from the email, but I felt a very Escape Curse of the Temple vibe from it. Ooh. And I'm always looking for something cooperative to play with the family, so this one really intrigued me. It was also designed by Jeff's boy, Bruno Cathala.
Oh, yeah.
And so, sight unseen, I plucked it out of the interwebs, and it came all over my face in the mail. It showed up. I immediately was itching to get it played, so I forced Natalie at Dick Point to sit down and play it. Dick Point is where I expose myself to her, and she can pick either sex or literally anything else. 99% of the time, she picks literally anything else. Yeah. So we sat down to play, and play we did. And was it good? Nah.
Okay, next. Wait,
Not really.
my turn?
Yeah, what do you got, Jeff? I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it. First of all, it's nothing like Escape, which was fine. That's not the game's fault. It's my fault. I thought it was a dice rolling cooperative game about escaping a temple. In reality, it's a cooperative game about escaping a temple, and you roll some dice. But it's not a dice rolling game. It's a tile laying game, which is fine. I like tile laying games. Basically, you're locked in a temple. The only way to get out is to explore. Eventually, you'll awaken mummies that only try to get to a certain tile. And if they do, you lose. So they wake up wherever they are on their turn. They don't attack you. You can attack them, but they just all they're doing is moving in the shortest way to get back to this one tile. Mm-hmm. Also, you will eventually awaken the big bad mummy, which you need to do that because then you must kill him and all other mummies that are on the board that you make to win.
Kill him.
And you're like putting tiles out there and you're trying to arrange them in certain configurations in order to gain benefits and also to awaken that big mummy. The game is, I don't know. I never played a game. If I never had played a game before, if I'm new into the hobby of board games, or like I said, if I was at the very beginning, maybe I never played a game right at the very beginning, this one might be something interesting. But having played games for years, this is just pretty lame. It might be fun for the kids. I don't know. But I don't even know if they'd like it. I'll be interested to know what you think, Jeff, but I'm pretty confident you're going to play it and be like, okay, the game's not broken. There's nothing wrong with it. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's got a cool look.
20th Century has put out this. It's beautiful. The artwork is fantastic. The components are really nice. It's really fun on your finger pads to handle. It's awesome. The gameplay's missing something. It feels phoned in. It feels... what's the word? It feels uninspired. And I want to feel inspired. I want to feel, I don't know. The whole time we were playing, I was like, this just isn't really fun. It's just, you've seen it before. You'll see it again. You've seen it before. You've seen it better, in fact. I don't know. What did you think about it, Natalie?
I had similar thoughts. It was, I don't remember playing and being like, I'm not having fun. But I was also kind of, I don't know, I was playing it and it's going along. I'm like, all right. And then it was over, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that was a game we played.
That was fine, kind of thing. There was, I guess, there was a couple little things that were fun. Nothing, like you say, groundbreaking or new, but just made it enjoyable. And, so if you picked up a game like this for your family or whatever reason, these are some things that I thought were good about it. And so, like the tiles, you can't tell each other what's in your hand, but you're playing cooperatively, and there's certain things you want to like match up or don't match up to get certain benefits. Yep. And so figuring that out is kind of cool because you also have to match up like doorways. You can't put a doorway against a wall.
Yep.
So like
the
there's a little puzzly thing doing that, which was kind of fun. I guess the main thing that I didn't really care for, which is very common for me,
was the ending, right?
Was
the fighting.
Like fighting, and the fighting wasn't even interesting at all. It was almost like we're building out these tiles and this like temple. Was it a temple?
I think so.
Oh, I thought that was like a cave or something.
A cave temple.
Maybe it is. Maybe
you're building a temple in the cave.
You get like locked in a temple, and then you have to like try to find your way out.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
So you're building all these tiles, and so I was like, cool. I'm like picking up tiles. I hope I get one of these so we can do this and whatever. But then we eventually get the big monster, which is the one that you have to awaken and beat to win the game.
You gotta beat him all
and then once you do that, you literally stop playing tiles all together, which to me was kind of the fun part. And then your only goal is to kill this guy. And so now you're using the tiles just to like
You're not going to
discard to
explore when a
attack.
giant guy's attacking you. Hello.
I know, but
Yeah.
like it was just almost
I know.
like
I get
you
it.
build this thing out with the only purpose to get this guy out, and then you just kill him.
Yeah.
And that was it. And so, I guess at the end, I was kind of like,
felt
this is-
anticlimactic.
Yeah, I was kind of like, all
and
right.
if you like the tile part and then it stops.
Yeah, I'm doing this, and then
Yeah.
we do that, and then it was over, and I was like, oh, okay. Like that's kind of how I was like, kind of like, this is cool. And then at the end, I was like, oh, that's how I felt about it.
Hashtag forgettable, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I think you might agree with that, Jeff. It was a swing and a miss, I think, by Bruno.
Yeah. But also, I agree with you that like some people I can see liking it because it's not a bad game. It's not broken.
I don't see anybody
it just wasn't,
liking
like
it
exciting.
that's
to
not
me.
new into the hobby, personally.
Yeah.
I think if you're not new into the hobby, you've been in the hobby a long time, I think you're going to play this and be like, there's nothing
Yeah.
here.
Or
This is
like if
just
you were at a
nothing.
convention like Nerdfest and you just wanted to learn something to play that wasn't that complicated and you could play cooperatively with some people that
Mm-hmm.
you just met, I think this is a fine game for that. You know what I mean?
Fine.
It's just not really something we would maybe have in our collection because it'll never get played.
Right. Yeah, agreed. I'll be interested to hear what you think.
Yeah,
Jeff.
I mean, I have it. I got it in a box. That with Tasso Banana, which is a tiny box 25th century game that I haven't played yet, but I think it's about stacking bananas, which is
Oh, that sounds fun.
hilarious.
Yeah.
How do you stack a banana?
We'll find out.
Well, yeah. Well, 25th century has they've been rocking it with me lately. So maybe this is a rare
Maybe
miss.
not. Maybe not. Maybe you'll
But-
like it. You might like it.
Because
It
even
didn't hit
some of the
for
other
us.
games like Agueda and Donut Shop,
I like Donut
obviously
Shop.
Sausage Sizzle.
I love sausage.
Yeah.
Those ones I went in like, okay, let's see this, and then all of them have exceeded my expectations.
That's another good
Yeah.
point, actually, because I was really wanting to love this
Yeah,
game.
so this one fell.
you had
fell
high
further.
I was very
expectation.
I was very excited when it showed up. I was like, oh, I can't wait to play this. It's a cooperative dice game with about a temple thing. I was like, I love the theme. I'm like, this all sounds great. We played it, and I was like, oh.
So it fell. Yeah,
It
fell
definitely it started
further,
in the
sure.
positive, and so it
Yeah.
didn't live up to the
Harder
hype for
thing.
me. What do you got next, Jeff? Let's
Okay.
speed date this shit.
Yep, I have a game called Wondrous Creatures.
Ooh, I've heard a lot about
Okay,
this
this game is hot.
Yeah.
Okay,
hot.
it's gorgeous. Okay, Sophia Kang is the artist on this.
Ooh, what else does she
And
do?
so she does these other games for Bad Comet. So the game company is Bad Comet Games.
Okay.
Who has made games Shiola, which is a 2-player, really cool like attack game.
Shit,
Life of the
Shiola.
Amazonia,
Okay.
which was a big one for them recently. I don't know if Gen Con or Essen. But this is becoming a company I think to look out
recognize
for.
this Life of the Amazonia
Yeah, it has
box.
the big bird
Wait,
on the front.
that's not photo real.
I have no idea if that is, but she does the artwork maybe in the game. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
gosh. I think this could be art.
Yeah, I'm not
Whoa.
sure if the
What's it
cover
called?
of that.
Life of the Amazonia. I've seen this box a million
Yes.
times. I thought it was a photo, but maybe it's just photorealistic.
This is so Sophia Kang is at least she's the tagged artist on Wondrous Creatures, and she's the tagged artist on this other one.
Yep.
Wondrous Creatures is all artwork, and it is gorgeous. So I am keeping an eye out for Bad Comet Games and for Sophia Kang. They obviously seem like they work together, or she's their in-house
Yeah, they're in-house artist,
And if
yeah.
she's their in-house artist, keep her because it's Wondrous Creatures is fucking
rocking it,
gorgeous. But yeah, it's been hot. Like on Instagram, people have been posting about it. So I was really, really excited to get this to the table. So, and it has a lot of things I like: engine building, worker placement, card tableau. I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
already
that
got
sounds
a floater.
great to me, too.
Let's play it. Okay, you are traveling around this, magical, mythical world, admiring beautiful creatures. Okay,
Wondrous, in fact.
yeah. Main board is a hex map and holds all the objective cards and stuff like that. Hex map is full of hexes. Non-hexes are just like
So you're basically saying
the
it's
resources
Catan.
and this. It's basically.
Yeah.
And player board is dual layered player board. It holds your player card like your power and holds your and has like a resource track, which is great. Player pieces are so fucking cool. You get 3 workers, and the workers are like giant pieces. They take up 2 hexes, and on one of them has a magnet. And you stick whatever player you chose, like your player power has like a
Onto
little
the
person,
thing?
and it sticks onto the one.
Oh,
So, like Bill had like a dragon, right? There was like a dragon. You
Yeah.
put your little if this is your power, you pick the power, and then put the little person on there.
This.
That then indicates that person riding the dragon has the power,
That's cool.
which is super cool. So it's all just put together beautifully. And I have the retail edition. I don't have.
Where did this come from?
It came from
Did
the mail.
Bad Comet?
Yes.
Mail.
Bad Comet sent it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I'm not trying to shill them, but I was
you buy this?
pumped up by everything I saw in this game. And there isn't a deluxe edition that has wooden everything, right? But I don't know how necessary it is. I didn't feel like I was missing out on the gameplay by just having the standard edition, right?
It has
was still
crazy good rating on Board Game Geek.
yeah. So, players take their turn. Basically, you place your worker out there, or you play a card, or you achieve an objective. Okay, or you do your reset. You recharge your things called recharging. But
okay.
You place your worker onto the hex map. That gets you resources and cards. You play cards from your hand. The cards give you all sorts of in-game bonuses, immediate bonuses, ways to score points. Just normal kind of tableau card building stuff.
Sure.
And then recharging is a way to reset your whatever, get your workers back, that kind of stuff. There's game objectives, and they're all about collecting things. Collect a certain amount of this, collect a certain amount of that. Do something on your player board, have different cards, right? And every time someone accomplishes those objectives, they take a little trophy. And once the trophies are out, the game ends. So that's kind of the pace of the game. I really liked this game. I played it, and I left it on the table in hopes that Devin and I would play it. We didn't end up playing it because we haven't played anything recently. But I would have played it again, immediately.
Wow.
The art presentation, like I said, is incredible. The gameplay is, engaging. You are trying to make your best, card engine action out of every single turn.
Okay.
The timer of the game reminds me of, Revive, where you have all these things, right? And you're trying to collect the stones or whatever, those alien heads in Revive,
Yep.
right? And it feels at the beginning, you're like, well, this
How are we
is
ever going to
Take
use
forever.
those?
And then suddenly it's boop, boop, boop.
Yes, and then about halfway through, you're like, oh shit, I can get one, and then everybody else is going to pick one off the table here, and then if Joe scores a certain amount of points, he's going to grab another trophy, and then it ramps up
over.
really quick.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that it's not necessarily determined. You are setting the
I like
pace
those kind of games,
of the
too.
game, and you can go, all right, maybe I can take another turn to do this before I take the last trophy. And I really like that. The cards are awesome. They have really good variety of power and abilities. There's an expansion already that's out that I will pick up because I would love to see more cards and creatures. We got through a lot of that deck.
Really?
Really? And there's a fuck ton of cards in that
Maybe
deck.
100-something cards. There's a lot of cards. But you also draw cards. There's ways of I got a card that lets me draw 4, and I get to keep one, right? And you're discarding those. So I would love to even just add.
Can you compare
straight
this to
cards
anything?
in. Yeah, you can compare it to Everdell.
Okay.
And it gets compared to Everdell a lot. I
It
don't know
looks
if
like it has a really cool table presence.
it has a great table presence. It's just and I think that's because of the art. The cards look awesome. The creatures on there are Pokemon character. It's almost like Pokemon. It's like Everdell meets Pokemon. And so there's going to be people on here and on Board Game Geek and on shows that are I would always pick Everdell, right? Because it has that, you place your worker out to get resources, you play a card, right? It has a similar cadence to the game, right? Your actions are the same.
Okay.
So I definitely get the comparison.
Did you play it with Dave?
I played it with Dave.
I would love to know his thoughts.
Dave loves Everdell.
I know. That's his favorite game.
He did really like Wondrous Creature.
Okay.
But I was I didn't ask him if he would just pick one or the other. 'Cause we played Everdell.
Well, he's going to say Everdell, I'm
15
sure.
times. Right, 'cause he has everything.
He's got everything for Everdell, and he's played it a ton. He knows
But
he loves
I don't think when I finished playing and I asked him about it, I don't know if he made that comparison while playing
Got
the
it.
game.
Okay. So it's not like a one-to-one.
Yeah, but people are
Clone.
going to say I'll only play Everdell or this. I don't want to say this kills Everdell, right?
Yeah.
They're. I think they're different enough, and I don't have Everdell. And Everdell Farshore, I booted because I was like, okay, well, we play Everdell.
Well, listen to this. This is crazy. Nerwin Green. All right, rated the game a 9.
Okay.
He says, it's an engine builder worker placement game with a primary goal of set collection. And then he says, it feels like a combination of Everdell, Underwater Cities, and Ark Nova.
Whoa.
Okay. I guess I don't see the Underwater Cities part of it, but I see Ark Nova in terms of just the massive amount of cards. Maybe.
What about, is there a worker placement element that is sort of similar to...
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think
because what a crazy
Yeah.
that's a lot.
combination of games you could be like.
Yeah. So I get the Everdell comparison for sure. I don't know. I'm not ready to say one is just definitely better, but I know I had a lot of fun playing Wondrous.
You think this is going to kind of be the next big game?
I think it should be. Like, I think people should be playing this game. And I know Bad Comet is not a huge publisher.
Yeah.
But I hope the game gets out there to people to play. And even if people play it and go, I'd rather play Everdell, you're not going to play this and be like, I didn't like it.
Okay.
I would say the solo seems really great. I read through the solo rules because I left it on the table. I'm like, I'll play it by myself. And then I got 10,000 Star Wars Limited packs. And now they're fucking covering my thing. But I was like, okay, I'll play it solo. And I've read a lot about the solo being really good. So if I'm going to say like a downside, our first play went a touch long. We were 2.5 hours.
The only bad comments I saw about it were the length.
Yeah.
That's
But it
only
was
bad.
like
never-
150 minutes.
Yeah.
It says
I was
40
never
to 80 minutes
bored.
on the box.
Oh, yeah, that's a lie. I was never bored playing while I was playing it, but I also have to like preface that with like, I'm playing with 3 of my best friends while we're
Yep.
playing it,
Right,
right?
you're
So
chatting,
it's like I never get
joking.
bored playing games with the 2 of you.
Yeah.
It could be a boring game.
Yeah.
Right.
But I never felt unengaged with the game because even when it wasn't my turn, I'm looking at my cards to be like, okay, this card I should play this one first. I could put my pro card. You're like,
It looks
trying to
awesome.
figure out a plan, and it was a home run for me. So I'm very glad I got this one, got it to the table.
You were chatting it
It'll
up, and I was like, "Oh man, is this for sale?" And I got a text from Natalie,
knew it.
and it just says, "Don't buy
buy
anything.
this."
Save for Christmas gifts."
I just knew it.
Fine, Natalie.
Like, he
Fine.
seems interesed. Sometimes he just
Yeah.
buys it right
I know
then.
he does.
So I was like,
I almost did. Speaking of that, last time I did that, I bought Apiary. It'll be here soon.
Okay. Yeah. And I don't think it's like looking at the price. I don't think it's a like crazy.
$55.
That
seems like a pretty decent
Oh.
deal.
I think I spent more on some roll and write on on Kickstarter the other day. So
yeah,
it's
same with
like,
me.
Yeah.
You back 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
It looks
stupid.
fucking
I
awesome.
know it looks awesome. But why
I
did I
reached
do
out to them to try to get a copy. They didn't even read it.
that? They don't care.
Fuckers.
They don't care about us.
So, Wondrous Creatures. I would love to purchase
Yes.
that, Natalie.
Wondrous Creatures got it.
All right. When I saw Lord of the Rings Duel announced, I was like, they're reskinning Seven Wonders
come
Duel,
on.
which does not need to be reskinned. It's one of the top rated 2-player only games that exists. You don't need to remake it, man. Then the other part of me was like, oh man, a Lord of the Rings themed Seven Wonders Duel? That sounds awesome. I want to go to there.
Yeah, I want to go to there.
Give it to me, Lord of the Rings. So that side won, and I picked up Lord of the Rings Duel, and this game is fucking awesome. It's so awesome. It's basically Seven Wonders Duel with the war track reimagined into the Fellowship trying to get the ring to Mordor while the Nazgul chase them down. You remember in Seven Wonders Duel, it's got that war track where you're like
Yeah.
jockeying back and forth?
Yeah, if we hit one side, you lose.
Yeah,
Or
in this
yeah.
one, it's just, it only ever goes in one direction.
Okay.
Story of my life.
Yep.
And if the ring ever gets to the end of the track with Mordor, then whoever's playing the Fellowship side wins. And then there's the Nazgul piece that is trying to catch up to the ring, and if it ever gets up to the ring, the Sauron player wins.
Okay.
That's one of the ways to win. The other way
That's
to
the
win,
dragon, right? Is he the dragon? What did you
he's
say? What word
Sauron's
did
like
you
the
say?
Dark Lord,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's the
yeah,
name
yeah.
of that dragon?
a Smaug.
Smaug.
Yeah.
Yep, Smaug.
Like a
He's
Smaug.
from The Hobbit.
Sauron
yeah,
is
yeah.
like the eyeball.
Oh, and
In the
he's an
movie, he's the
eyeball.
eyeball. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
an
yeah.
eyeball. But he's some spirit. Is that his? Who cares? Well, shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're right. He's basically like a demigod.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy.
And now there's a map of Middle Earth, and you're kind of playing like a area control. No, area majority. No,
Majority.
it is area control. It is area control.
You're fighting a little bit. There's some conflict.
There's conflict
Yeah,
there.
then I would say control.
And so if you have presence, like gifts, just kidding.
Yep.
If you have presence on all 7 of the regions on the map, that's another way to win.
Auto win.
Yep. And then the third way to win is, I think this is reminiscent of Seven Wonders. You know, on the green cards, there's like symbols.
yeah. Like
I
the
think in
science
Seven Wonders, those were science.
Yeah.
In Lord of the Rings, those green icons represent like the different factions of Middle Earth. And if you collect all 6 of those symbols, you auto win.
Cool.
As well, because you're like
Brought them all together.
you brought them
or
all
something.
together, and if you're the bad guy, you're kind of like subjugating them, and you've dominated everyone, and you've won. And if you're the good guys, you brought them all together, and they've defeated darkness and evil, right? So those are the 3 ways to win. This game is so fucking sweet. It's Lord of the Rings meets Seven Wonders Duel, and I liked Seven Wonders Duel a lot. Good game.
Yeah, good
right?
game.
Played the shit out of that way back in the day.
That is a highly rated game as
still,
well.
Yeah.
man. It's still
that
like way
shocked
up
me.
there. I know.
And I've heard nothing but amazing things about this Lord of the
It's
Rings.
so adding Lord of the Rings onto it only makes it more fun. I love that while this is a duel, it doesn't really feel like that. So I talked about the map of Middle Earth and its area control. You are jockeying on this. There's a lot of like, you're on there, I'm going to go on there, and it kills you.
Okay.
But the cool thing is, the choice is kind of taken out of that. So it doesn't feel as attacky because the cards you select, remember in Seven Wonders Duel how it's got the cascading, face up, face down, face up, face down cards on top of it? That's still here. And when you take a card that has you put things on the map, the card tells you either put it in this city or this city.
Okay.
And so you pick. Yeah. And the way that
gives you some agency.
Yeah, it gives you some agency, but it also doesn't feel like you're just going after me in this one fucking zone.
Sure.
You're just doing what the card tells you. And a lot of times I had a chance at that card too, and I just passed it up for something else. So it doesn't feel as mean, you know, because it's like, well, I could have taken that. And instead I took this because I thought this was better. And now Natalie took that. So what am I going to fault her for taking that card that I could have taken that I didn't take?
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel as hurty and mean. And you're jockeying the whole game for that. So it's almost like the map feels more like the war track did in the first game in a way, because there was a point in time at the very beginning of the game, I had 4 of the 6 symbols I needed to win on those green cards. I was collecting the green cards, and I was like, close. I'm pretty close. And that was at the end of the first era. There's 3. And then so Natalie was like, all right, well, he's doing that. I'm going to just try to fucking go on that ring track. And so she was just pushing the ring all the way to, because she was the good guy. So she was pushing the ring all the way to Mountain Doom. And she got pretty fucking close. She got like 3 spaces away from it by the end of the game. And then the map was kind of like in flux the whole time. Natalie was crushing it on the ring track. I was way behind. I was crushing it on the green cards. She had like 0. And the map was where we were like, there was one point she had 5, I had 2. I was like, oh my God, she's going to win.
Yeah.
Quickly. So I took a card, and this one card I took, it put guys. So whenever you put a guy on the map on a region of another where your other player is, it dies. They both die. Okay. So if there's 1 and 1, they die. Mm-hmm. You can only put a guy out and he'll survive if there's nobody else there. Right. So I did that, and I like killed 2 of hers, and then all of a sudden now I have 5 zones. And so we were just like jockeying back and forth on that. And man, it was fun. It was almost the same fucking game as Seven Wonders Duel, but it just felt like it had new life breathed into it. I mean, what did you think, Natalie?
Yeah, I mean, I just looked it up. The last time I played Seven Wonders Duel was like 2016.
Right. But
I remember that it was one of those games that I probably played a handful of times because I really liked it, like in a short period of time, even though I don't remember exactly how to play it.
It's basically the way you played this game.
I know I enjoyed it. But yeah, so we played this one, and I was like, that was really fun. I liked that it was like pretty quick, and like you said, even though it was like you versus me, it didn't feel mean, like it was more of a jockeying thing, and then you kind of had to balance all 3 of the winning conditions, because obviously if you just let someone take away, like run away with one thing, like
you
taking
lose
over the map or collecting all the things, you lose. So you gotta like kind of keep that balance in there, and then obviously you only have whatever cards are available to you, but then that's even still strategic, because like you pick something and that's good for you, but then it reveals more cards for them to choose from, or maybe a card that they really need, and so it's like you like hold off on that and hope that they pick that card up, so then you can, all of that stuff just makes it interesting and fun to play, yet it's not so complicated that you get locked up either.
Yep.
And it's just like a very great weight. I don't know. It's just
length
kind of
to girth is great. It's got a good flow.
Yeah, it's got a good flow. Like it just all around feels good.
It's a great game, Jeff. I think you'd really like it. Did it need to be made? No fucking way.
But
am I happy it exists?
But we'll definitely be playing it again.
Yeah.
Do you still have Seven Wonders Duel?
No.
Okay.
No.
If you did, gone.
Oh, yeah. If I had that, I would never play it again.
Yeah.
I would never play it again. I mean, part of that is it's my favorite IP. I love Lord of the Rings.
Right. For me
so
personally,
much. Now
I
doesn't
don't
give a
love
shit
Lord
about
of the
Lord of
Rings.
the Rings.
Honestly,
but that's
I almost like forgot it was Lord of the Rings, except for like
the ring track.
You specifically are like chasing, like the ring is going towards.
That's true. You don't
lava.
feel the theme
Other
a ton
than
in
that,
the cards.
You don't really. I mean, I guess there's like pictures of Lord of the Rings on there, but I wasn't even paying attention to that. I'm just looking at the top.
Yeah.
Were you paying attention to the Lord of the Rings stuff?
Yes. I mean, the track. Have you seen what this game looks like at all? The track is so fucking
cool.
sweet.
Yeah.
It's this cardboard like track, and then you overlay this plastic piece on top, which represents the ring, and then you overlay on top of that the Nazgul piece that's chasing. Anytime either one of you takes a ring card, let's say Natalie takes the ring card, it advances. Both advance. If I take the ring card, just the Nazgul advances. And so if I ever get close to her, she's got. Oh shit!
I can't run away from him.
So she can never get further away from me.
Okay. You're not as fast.
I can only get closer to the ring, and he can only get closer to me.
I can only get closer to her, and she can only get closer to Mount Doom. Exactly.
Or Mount Doom,
then on the track itself, there's little icons, and so if you take the ring cards, you're not only getting closer to winning, but you're also getting bonuses along the way. So sometimes you'll get a coin, or other times you get a free turn, or other times you get to place a thing on the board. It was fucking great, Jeff. I think you would love it. I really do. I'd be hard pressed not to recommend this game to everybody.
Yeah, it was very fun.
It's very, very good. All right, Jeff, what else you got, man?
Okay, I got a game called Surf's Up.
Surf's Up.
Do you guys know any?
Is this the Tower Up remix?
Surfing lingo?
Surf's Up is the name of the smoothie place at the food court in the mall.
What mall?
12 Oaks.
Oh, Surf's Up.
Surf's Up.
I'm pretty sure it's what it's called.
Yeah, I know some surfing lingo. Hang 10.
Ooh, Hang 10.
Ooh, yeah.
That's one.
What else?
Cowabunga.
That's the
That's
Teenage
Ninja
Mutant
Turtles.
Don't they say that in
Is
surfing?
Cowabunga also a-
dude?
Cowabunga.
You're thinking
dude.
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo. Maybe he's a surfer also.
That's not a surfing thing?
Maybe it is. Let me look it up.
Oh.
I looked up
waves?
I type in
There's something called a
Cowabunga.
barrel. Do you know what a barrel is?
Nope.
A barrel.
I mean, I know what
It's
a
like the
barrel
hollow
is.
part of the wave where you would go
Oh, that
through
makes
the
sense.
barrel of the wave.
Yeah.
And then I looked at something called a lineup, and that's where all the surfers line up waiting for the waves, where they're in the
Okay.
water.
I'm not finding anything with Cowabunga and surfing. Let me type in Cowabunga and surfing. Cowabunga, surf history. Cowabunga.
What?
Do surfers say Cowabunga?
Do surfers say Cowabunga?
Cowabunga is an interjection that expresses excitement or exhilaration, like when catching a big wave while surfing, or while performing skateboarding tricks, or while fucking Natalie in the V.
Oh.
Big.
Is that why you keep saying
Yeah,
Cowabunga?
Cowabunga.
Isn't that surfing?
I think it might be.
Okay, maybe
I think
it's
it might be right.
Generic term of enjoyment.
Going off is apparently slang for surfing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Brookhurst is going off.
Going off.
That's funny.
I just want to be cool like surfers.
That is cool.
I think it's just bro
cool
and
too.
dude. They
Bro,
say
dude,
that a lot.
cowabunga. bro,
Cowabunga,
dude.
man.
Anyway, so I got Surf's Up.
Okay.
That's it.
Sweet.
Sounds fun.
It's from
Cowabunga.
Good Games Publishing.
Oh,
Good games.
Cowabunga.
We like good games. Shout out to Kim. They have Land vs. Sea, Mercurial, Unfair, Funfair, Bark Avenue. They got some games like that.
So many games.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of fun, family-ish games. This falls into that category. This is a bidding, bluffing game where you're trying to catch the best collection of waves.
That sounds cool.
And dodge jellyfish. Or blue bottle stings. You know what they call them?
Blue bottled stings. Those
bottle
are
stings.
jellyfish.
I'm just going to call them jellyfish because they're
Okay.
That's what we call them here.
Yeah, jellyfish.
Okay,
I just want to
players.
get stung by a jellyfish so somebody can pee on me.
Yeah. Well, that sounds.
That all
I mean,
sounds
Natalie could
awful.
just pee on you.
Get
you want.
stung and it hurts, and then you get urinated on.
Hey, urinated. I'm not a native. Urinated.
Piss.
Do you remember? Do you remember the game Get Bit?
Of course.
This is kind of like Get Bit.
Oh, is that the ant in the picnic?
Nope. That game's just called Bites.
Bites. Right,
Yes.
right.
Get Bit is the
Get
shark
bits
game.
where a shark is chasing
like
you,
biting your
and you
Lego
actually, the Lego
people
pieces
off,
come
yeah.
off.
This is like Get Bit with some game behind it a little bit.
Okay.
So you get a hand of cards 0 to 5. The main game mat. It's a game mat. It's a neoprene mat.
Okay. Game
has-
Let's call it Game Matthew.
Game Matthew.
Okay.
That's the full name. Government.
Yeah.
Has 3 wave cards visible to everyone. Okay. Players choose from their hand and they're bidding on the card that is closest to the wave.
Okay.
Okay. Or is the wave? The wave
Could be
that's
the
closest
wave.
to the shore. The wave that's
Either way,
closest to the
there's
shore. That
ants
makes
in it,
sense.
right?
Wait, yeah, there's ants.
Okay.
And sharks. And Lego things. So everybody reveals their card, and just like any bidding games, highest card gets the wave, removes their card from the game. Everybody else just discards. Ties
it.
knock each other out. So if you dinguses played a 4 and I played a 2, you'd knock each other out.
Ah,
I would do
shit, you
Because
get it?
I guess
Fuck.
thematically you go in both at a 4 and then you ran into each other.
Oh, Cowabunga.
And I'm a barrel.
when the jellyfish shows up, and jellyfish is the upcoming card, you don't want to be the lowest because then the lowest gets
Oh, gets
stung
peed on.
Stung
pissed
and
on.
peed.
Urinated.
Right there, you have to.
You're a fucking
You
native.
take the minus points and then someone
Then
pees
someone
on
pees
you.
on you.
It's a
For
weird
real.
rule.
Pee on you
I
for
think
real.
it's maybe
You have to do it
variant.
too. You can't not listen to it.
Yeah.
What do you want me to
It's
do?
part of
Not
the
pee on your
rules.
It's not a
legs?
variant. You have to pee on each other. Yeah, it's a lot of. It's not a. It's played outside.
What do you expect me to do?
Yeah. What do you want me to do? Not pee on you? That's part of the rules.
You are allowed to take a shower after. It's okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wave cards have points on them. You can purchase cards that give you more points. And you just get a bunch of points. And then
Sounds
you
good.
hang-
On
you hang
points on
10, bro.
points.
Points on points on points. You hang 10, Cowabunga.
This is Surf's Up is cute. It's fun. It's easy to learn. You can sit down and play with anybody.
This is Good Game Publishing.
Good game.
Good game.
It's pick a card, maybe win, Don't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Don't you guys just love a game with points?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm not sure where she's going
Saying
with
something
that.
about it?
I do. What do you?
Is
We're
there
like
like a
points
thing?
on points on points.
Oh, yeah, I like points.
Yes, points are the
All the
best.
points.
Especially
all the
Stefan
points.
Feld. He gets points on
got
points on
points
points
on
games. Them point salads.
Our points game so good.
You're so good.
What are you doing?
No, you making fun of us?
I don't know. What is she doing?
You're freaking me out.
Joshin'.
Well, because think of a game like Run, Run, Run. There's no points in that
Fucking
game.
Joshin'.
Is that why you didn't like it?
What about Lords of
the Rings
I
is
do like
duels.
some
Yeah,
games
no
without
points.
points, but points games are fun too.
Oh, God.
What
What's
is
in that
happening?
Celsius?
I know.
It's a joke.
She stopped us to say,
Yeah,
hey. Don't you like getting
Points.
points?
It's funny because most games have points in it.
Well, not Lord of the Rings. That's the last like 3 games we talked about.
We did a top 5
You're
list. Top
ruining
5 games
everything.
without points.
Cut this out.
No.
sorry.
We already
I
used
do
our
like
cutout.
games with points,
We already cut
Sally,
something
you're
out of the episode. We can't do that yet. Ryan's
We get one. We each get one.
I'm just so
and I-
happy it wasn't me.
Natalie got one cut
It
out.
was
She can't get
Natalie.
another one.
Natalie got a cutout in this episode. You guys will never know.
It's good. You'll never know.
Yep.
It's deleted. This is, again, it's cute. It's fun. This is an advanced Get Bit. Okay.
Bites.
If you don't want to play Get Bit anymore, but you want this like tension, bidding, bluffing, silly laughs of like, we played the same card.
Yeah.
You played your highest card when everybody else played really low, and you lost that card. There is some stress and some bluffing, right? You do want to like try to trick people into like playing the card that they don't want to play, and then you play a different card, right?
Oh,
it's all
cowabunga.
that like silly sort of stuff. If you're taking it too seriously, you're a loser.
Fuck you.
And fuck you.
Fuck you.
You should just
Go play a game without
just
points
be
then.
better. Yeah. It's also a game that you can't like in certain bidding games, you want to like win everything. Like, how can I win it? You don't want to you can't win everything in this game. So you have
Yeah.
to figure out which ones to lose on too.
Right.
Like maybe you lose on the
Fucking
highest
losers.
scoring one, make these other idiots pay all their stuff, and then you chip away with winning a couple little
Right.
ones.
And then they'll
Who knows?
bid the same shit and you'll go to you anyway.
Yeah. This is so Surf's Up is I'm gonna call this an easy to enjoy game, which I think is maybe a new category for me, which I
Easy
think
to enjoy.
falls into the we say this a lot where it's like it's hard to hate on X
Yeah.
game, this
Yeah.
game that
Yeah,
we talk
yeah, yeah.
about.
What bad thing can we say
It's
about
a quick, easy game. What can we really dislike
Yeah.
about it?
Yep.
And I think this is just a game to easily enjoy.
Yeah.
Again, if you take
That's a
things too
good point.
seriously,
We should
you
come
suck.
up with some new categories to
New
expand
terminologies.
Yeah.
expand our like where these games fall.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm calling this easy to enjoy.
Easy to enjoy.
You go in lighthearted mind, you play some cards, you have a little
Yeah,
fun.
how can you dislike it? It's not going to break any records, win any awards, but maybe it's
Yes,
just fun
exactly.
to play.
It's produced really well. There's a game mat. You get the little hang 10. Finger hands is like your currency.
Yep.
Finger hands.
Cowabunga.
The fuck is that?
Finger hands.
But you know what? You know what I'm talking about.
All finger
know what I'm
hands.
doing. You know what I'm doing.
All hands are finger
That
hands,
reminded me when-
but not all fingers are hands.
That's true. Yep.
That reminded me when you guys were over last weekend and you were like, remember your neighbor with the dog with one leg?
You're a one-legged dog.
We're like, he is missing
Ben was
one
like,
leg.
That's close
one leg. Pogo
It's
sticking.
basically the same thing. It's basically the same thing.
Going to Gen Con this year, I prepared my gaming want list a bit differently. I mostly went for deduction games I know Natalie loves, that were cooperative, games that I know I love. And Bomb Busters was one game on that list. Admittedly, it was a bit lower on the list, but on the list nonetheless. Well, I got it, and we sat down to give it a try, and give it a try, we did. This game is all about cutting wires. You're a team defusing a bomb, and you got to snip those wires.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
The wires are represented by numbered tiles in different colors, and each round you get a bunch of these tiles, and you have to arrange them in numerical order from left to right in your little, you have like a little player tray. Yeah. The first one you choose to cut must belong to another player. And then obviously you can't see their numbers, so you have to guess and deduce which number they have. You point to one and you're like, that's a 7. And if you're correct, that player takes a tile and places it face up in front of them. Like, yay, it's a 7. And then you cut a 7 in front of you. Okay. You successfully cut them. Yippee. You need to cut all of them in front of everyone in order to win before you make the bomb blow up, which equates to being wrong a certain number of times. Now, we've only played this a few times. This is going to be an extreme first impressions review
This
here.
is one of those games that just has a bunch of missions, and then the first few are learning the game.
And so we've only played the learning
Teach
the
you as
game
you
missions.
go.
We
Yeah.
haven't we haven't even played with all the stuff yet. But I
Right.
wanted to at least just kind of talk about that we're playing it because it is going to be one of those games, one of those mission style games that I think Natalie and I are just going to kind of
Yeah, we can give an update on.
Yeah,
But
we'll give an
right
update
now, it's just a
periodically.
very, very early first impression.
My first impression so far is it doesn't feel that different to a bunch of other cooperative deduction games we've played. It's got a different veneer on it, but it's really all just trying to, I need to figure out what number you have in what order so I can then, know what, I don't know. It's I love deduction games as well. I don't love as much as Natalie does, but I find that every time I play one, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm not really seeing what's super different about this. So I'm hoping when it adds more stuff in, I will start to enjoy it a little bit more. That's my first impression.
I kind of feel like, how can you know yet? We literally just played
it is too early to tell.
Like literally, it was like the first one was like, this is the basic. Then the second one's like, now when you add this in, this is how you play. And then when you add this in, this is how you play. Now you're ready. That's where we're at. The now you're ready part.
Yeah, and I'm just saying the first. I feel like we've played with a piece of everything to make it a full game.
Yeah.
And I'm not loving it so far.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's like, okay, so far so good. I'm interested.
Okay.
In what else it has to offer, because there's all these boxes of stuff.
Yeah,
to
there's a
open
bunch of
and all
boxes
these
to
different
open.
missions.
You're not
there's-
bailing on it.
No,
You don't wanna bail on
We're
it.
gonna keep playing.
Yeah.
My first impression is, it's not that great.
AI space puzzle exceeded your
Very
expectations.
good.
Love.
Like it. Like
This
it a lot.
one was kind of at expectations because of
You know what? I will say this is at expectation because this was not high on my Gen Con list. This was on my Gen Con list. It didn't make the top 5. And we're playing it. It's really cute and it's got cute little artwork and
I
stuff.
feel like the
and-
outside of the box reminds me of Micro Macro.
Yeah, kind of
Just like the same kind of colors.
spiel
and-
game.
Right.
Oh,
It-
that makes sense.
Yeah, I wonder if it's in the same universe.
I also really like the name of it, Bombusters.
Yeah,
It's just like a
it's
fun
very
name.
cute. It's catchy.
And
It's
makes sense with the
it
game.
looks cool. I'm hoping that there's more to it mechanically that will grab me. As I think I'd rather play something like AI Space Puzzle. I think I might.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
I
other
do like
deduction
AI Space Puzzle
games.
better so
There's
far.
these for me and maybe the two of you, it's hard when it takes 8 games to get to the
Get to
Yes.
the meat of the
game
game.
because
I
you're just
know.
like, okay, man, I don't play games
I gotta
that much.
I gotta put
I
a
know.
lot of effort to make this work. Agreed.
But I agree with that too. But it's also, it's like, kind of fun that there's a build up,
Kind of.
and then it's like kind of like it makes you want to. It's not like you're just gonna play a game once or twice. Like in this kind of game, you're gonna keep going with it. Hopefully,
Another thing in its favor,
and,
I
and
guess.
it won't just be the same every time. Kind of, you can get more plays out
It's
of it.
quick too. I mean, you're probably not when you sit down to play this. You're probably going to play it 2 or 3 times.
Right. Each round,
You know what I mean?
Each
In a
mission
sitting.
so far has taken between 5 and 10 minutes.
It's kind of like the Crew in that way,
Yeah.
where you're not going to sit down and play one round of the Crew.
Right.
You're probably going
No,
to play it
yeah.
for an hour and a half and play
As
2
many
to
as you
3.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
If depending when you get later on. So that's Bombusters. We will update that as we go. Not bad. Good for me. Good, not great.
Could you add in another player while you're
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Why not?
I was actually saying that with Natalie. We played it 2-player only. I definitely want to see how it plays with more. Like the 3 of us should play it. Definitely not with Devin, but the 3 of us should
Yeah, she
play
will
it.
not like it.
We're not having any fun. No, we're not. Oh, it sounds like you guys are having fun.
Nope.
You heard wrong.
Sure aren't.
No,
I'm
no.
But I think that it would be cool to see the dynamic with 3 people where we can, because right now in a 2-player game, everything I know everything I don't like, everything I don't have, Natalie has it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I know that now, and there's also we have so much information because in a 2-player game you play with double the amount of stuff you should normally have,
Okay.
right? Because you have to have a certain amount of stuff.
Hey, that third player made Infiltrators a lot better.
It really did.
So-
It really did. I completely agree. So that's Bombusters. You have anything else to say about that, Natalie?
Nope.
Jeff, let her rip.
Okay, there's a game I haven't stopped playing called Flip 7.
Flip 7.
Just go buy it. I think it's
That
a game.
is a go
you
buy game.
It's a
Yeah.
go buy it game. It's an add to an order. Like, oh man, I got $80. I need free shipping.
Also, the box looks cool as
Just
shit.
add it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's way
shimmery.
too big. It makes no sense.
It is extremely large.
It could literally fit in if you had a deck of cards and you just put them back to back. It could fit in that.
Yeah.
So the first pack that I got, I got the promo pack at Gen Con, the promotional copy, and it was just a giant card box. That's it. It was a normal now
Is it just like floating all around in that
It's
box?
huge.
No, there's an insert, and then there's a
insert
middle.
with just the deck that goes
Deck
in the middle.
yeah.
I think it's got to be a marketing thing, right? You don't want it hanging out. You want it sitting on a
Display.
shelf
On a
instead
shelf.
of hanging
Yeah.
behind something. So I understand. I think it's a marketing thing, but it's a $15 game.
Mm-hmm.
Just buy it. This is essentially blackjack. You're gonna play it and be like, "Why the fuck didn't I invent this game?" And you're gonna get mad about it. So the deck is numbered 0 through 12, each with that copy. That number of copy of that number.
Well,
Does that
except
make
0,
sense?
there's one
Except
of
0,
them.
there's 1 0. There's 1 0, 1 1, 2 2, 3 3s, all the way up to 12. You want me to do them all?
Yes.
4 4s, 5 5, 6 6.
How many
7,
sevens?
7 of them.
Are there 8?
And then 8 8s.
Is there 1 9?
Then 6.5 9s. It's
Oh, okay.
weird. There's like
All
a
right.
half a card. I don't
Okay.
understand. And then there's some like bonus and like special cards also in there. And you basically just go around the table and everyone either says like hit or stay.
Yep.
Blackjack style.
Yeah.
So you say hit and then it just moves to the next person. If you double up a card, you're out. You get no points. Or you can
fucking
be
bust.
like, I stay. Or in the rare event, you actually get 7 cards. You just get all your points.
Yay!
You just get all the points on the face-up cards that you have. And you played at 200, kind of like a 6 Nimt or other games where you just keep playing
Yeah, a
until
bunch of
someone
card
hits.
games have stuff like that.
Yeah, or you play until you're having like no
Which
fun
I really
or
like
you just
about
double
it.
up or whatever.
I think that's one of my favorite things about it because this is one of those games where it's essentially saying, I don't know, just play till. I
Yeah.
guess you have to put a stopping point,
Right.
But you could play this forever,
Yeah,
or you could just be like, let's play 3 rounds and we'll stop.
And
be done.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So this is essentially like think blackjack. If you flip over the same card, you bust. That's the entire game, and it has become an end of the game staple. At Bill also has a copy, and I have a copy. Joe, I think, is in the process of buying a copy, so it'll be at all of our houses. It's an end of game night staple because it plays so fast. It's fun. You know, you're like, I don't think I've seen a 12 in a while. There can't possibly be a 12. And you feel, you're out.
Yeah.
Or you go
or
on
you're like,
threes.
there's 4 12s in a row. The next one's not going to be a
Yeah,
12. 12.
Or it's like, I have a 3. How could I possibly bust on a 3? You bust on a 3. You're out.
Yep.
And it just creates these like really hilarious moments of laughter and fun that this game is supposed to create. And it again, it's an easy to enjoy game. I don't have anything really bad to say about it. Maybe you can play with like infinite number of people, I'm sure.
You can.
Yeah, that's what it says.
I've played up to like with 8. It's a little long.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
when you're
I can see
playing
that.
with 4, it's like perfect. It's hilarious
yeah.
and
4 is
perfect.
great.
And these freeze cards make you stop other people from playing. You can make like I draw flip 3. I can make Natalie flip 3 cards to try like bust her or whatever, and then she doesn't bust, and you're like, It just it's a game that kind of creates memories and laughter, and it does what it does really really well. Mm-hmm. You guys played it.
We did. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I really liked it. The box is so cool. It's like a hyperfoil.
It's so hard to take a picture of
Yeah, I bet.
It's like
because
all-
it's
Yeah, it's
just
all foil.
reflective
It's
and
just like
stuff.
foil and
Yeah.
reflective. It's cool looking. It's funny. The tagline on the box says "the best card game ever made."
Yeah.
How do they put something like that on the box as such a brand new game?
No clue.
Like, I wonder if they in playtesting, some of the playtesters were like, "This is the best thing ever." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like it's funny because like, how do you? Because I'm not like angry that it's on there, but I'm like, this game's not really out. How does anyone
Yeah.
know?
It's the greatest card game.
Yeah, or like what's
Yeah, is it
causing
just
them to say that?
Yeah.
I mean, if you Kristen Haymarket, it's probably just like it's a marketing tool. That's what you do,
Yeah.
and that you want to sell copies, you'll do that. But I just wonder what if maybe this happened in playtesting.
Yeah.
You know, if like some people were like, "This is so fun,
is
I can't
so
stop
great."
playing it," and they're like,
Yeah.
"We're gonna put that as a tagline."
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Because I will say that did intrigue me. You know, I mean, I was going to buy it anyway.
Sure.
But when it showed up and I saw that on the box, I was like, "Oh, this is the best card game of all time. This is going to be awesome." We played it, and I thought it was very fun. I really enjoyed it. Jeff's right. It's kind of that how do you say anything bad about it kind of game. It just goes so fast. It's mostly just funny.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
think the first round we played, I scored twice and busted 5 times the next 5 times.
Yeah.
Not from being
Yeah.
greedy.
Yeah,
It was like
just-
I get a
just
10.
flip
And the next
your
one
out.
I'm like, hit me. 10. I'm like,
10.
Oh, okay.
Or
Joe
you get,
had the first time we played, Joe had 40 points the first round and ended the game with 40 points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Exactly.
After
it
8
was
rounds or
similar like
something.
that to
Yeah.
me where I
Yeah, I
just
think I
busted
even have
over
the-
and
And again,
over.
if you care about that, don't play this game. You're
Here's
a
the
loser.
thing. I typically do care about stuff
Yeah.
like
You do.
that. That did not bother me one
that
tiny
game,
bit.
Ryan ended with 46 points, and we had like 158, 183, 120. Yeah.
It was pretty funny as it happened because I was like dealing, and I'm like, all right, I have a 3 and a 7. I'm like, all right, here we go, 7. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
I'm out.
Yeah.
And they would all be like, oh my god, how
What's
is
the
this
one
happening?
where you get like a free pass if you bust? I forget.
Yeah,
what
the second chance.
Second chance.
Yeah, Ryan would get second chance and then immediately a freeze, and he's like, "Damn it!"
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it was fun. I really liked it. We played it a few times, and I was like, "This is great."
Yeah.
This is really, it's one of those games. I think I will probably. I'm trying to think of other. There's so many games that I say this about, but this is one of those games where it's like anytime there's like a new group, I'm going to be like, "Hey, you want to play Flip 7
Agreed.
real quick? Let's just play a game of Flip 7."
Another Nerdfest game that we could play. This could be the dinner game. You know, like this could be something.
It's a
that we
great
play.
game to play while you're doing anything
Yes.
else.
Yeah.
So I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I liked it a lot too. I was a little nervous because you're like, oh, it's like a push your luck game, but it's a good kind of push your luck game because it's just like goofy, and because you're playing up to a certain number of points, you know, if you like bust, you're not just like, damn it, you're like, oh man, and then you just start over again in a few minutes, you know,
Right.
and try
You
to get
bust
more
again,
points
then you
next
get mad.
time, and
Weirdly-
it's just kind of like it doesn't matter, so it's just fun only.
The rule book leaves a little bit to be desired. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not great.
I read the rules and I'm like, it doesn't actually say. There's something like big. I'm like, it doesn't really like.
It doesn't
I'm reading
say
the
to
rules.
go to the next person or something like that.
It's like, or it like doesn't say like how you. What happens if you? It doesn't say how to bust. It never actually says.
Oh, really?
If you get the second
there's-
card of the same thing, you bust and you're out. There's like a thing in the very beginning that's like a little overview, and it kind of says it there. But in the actual how to play, it doesn't say that.
Yeah, it's not great.
weird.
There's some weird
There's a
things in
lot
there.
of stuff in there. I was like, I honestly don't know how this works. I think it works like this. Like those special cards. You were kind of making it sound like when you get a like the freeze card, you keep it and then you can play it on
you
somebody
do it,
else.
No, you do it immediately. You can freeze anybody at the table.
Okay. I thought
we played
I
it where,
thought
like,
we
you
played
have
it
to
like
stop.
Oh no, you
yeah,
could
it
have frozen somebody.
freezes
No,
you.
you can freeze anybody. Any active player.
Okay.
Same thing with the flip 3.
I
If
could have just missed that in the rules, but I'm like, these
Yeah, the
rules are
the
not.
flip 3 we gave
can-
to other people,
yeah, you-
but the
or
freeze
yourself.
we kept. Maybe we did that wrong.
No, I'm
No,
yeah.
I'm sure we did it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can freeze other people. So you usually probably
Gotcha.
freeze the person who has the most points.
Yeah.
Or has a great round going and you freeze them.
Right, yeah. We should have freezed
yeah,
Emily.
freeze
She was
that.
killing
We
it
had
both.
it-
Emily was
games.
fucking.
We've had to
everybody
look
up.
up questions like, what if you get a this when you're flipping the 3? Do you do it at the end or the beginning?
Yeah,
So
we
there's
did
a
look
little
that
bit of
up,
weird.
too.
There's a little bit of weird stuff.
Okay, it does say action cards can be played on any active player, including yourself.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say. I wish it said like if an action card gets flipped up, you right then take it and play it on somebody else. Or also it's like how to play. The dealer now offers each player in turn the option to hit or stay. If you hit the number of cards in a single row, the score modifier cards above them count as one. And then it's like additional rules. I'm like, well, what
Yeah.
happens if you bust?
Yeah, it's a weird. It's not.
In the very
written
beginning,
great.
it says objective. However, if you ever draw a second card with the same number as the one already in your line, you bust and are out of the round. But it only says it at this in this like first little thing.
Overview.
It doesn't say in the actual how to play
The actual
rules. It doesn't say that. Yeah,
It's
so I
a
was like,
strange- It is.
I mean,
that's my knock on it. Is the rules
Yeah.
should be? I should look at
For
these
such
in
a
2
simple
seconds
game,
and be able to understand
yeah.
it all. And I was like, I don't know if I have this right. So I'm actually excited now to try it again and be like, because I wouldn't have been out then.
That's
No.
true.
When I got that.
You want the freeze. You want to give it to somebody else.
Yeah, because I got second chance, and then I immediately got freeze, and I was like, "Oh, I'm out. I
yeah,
can't
you want
use
freeze,
it."
you want-
Yeah. So okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Freeze Natalie.
Yeah, fuck you, Natalie.
Yeah, and then you can fuck her
I get to
Freeze.
at Dick Point.
upstairs. Yeah.
because I'm frozen.
Yeah. So
I can't
I'm
move.
loving it. I think it's an easy just go buy it, take a chance on it. It'll be
Take a
in the
chance.
Nerdfest library, or I'll just buy a copy and throw it in the library. It's one that will get checked out constantly, or again carried around and played.
Yeah. Very cool.
I
have
could
the
see
longevity,
a
who
tournament
knows?
being run at
Yeah, it could.
Nerdfest. That could be a fun little
Yeah.
tournament because it's just bullshit.
Yeah,
you know?
it'll be fun.
Totally.
Sweet. Is that it? Is that all we got?
I do it. Well, we have possibly Pixies. What's our time at? Where are we at? Should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on. I think
move on.
let's move on. All right. Well, that was fun.
The Gamecasters have a sponsor. We have partnered up with Modern Meeple, company behind the famous Gamey Susan, which is a lazy Susan that holds extremely high-quality board game component trays. These trays are the picture of luxury. Made right here in the USA, they are made from a wood-based material that's dyed throughout with a number of different colors to choose from, and should you drop or ding them, they will still retain that color. These things are so great looking on the table, and displaying them on your game shelves will really elevate your status with your neighbor, which is good because he's been lording that damn elk head head over the fireplace for the last 5 years and really needs to shut up. So head on over to modernmeeple.com to check out all the great products they have. And if you find something you like, enter discount code Gamecasters at checkout to receive free shipping and a couple cool Gamecasters keychains as well. Once again, that's modernmeeple.com. If you're looking to get some great Gamecasters or Mad Board Gamer gear, head on over to the link tree in our Instagram profile or the Discord merch channel to see our store on bonfire.com. There you'll be able to find our standard logos as well as some show-specific designs like BDNBF or Numberblind. We'll add new designs as the show evolves and look forward to seeing all of you repping those poop knife shirts at the next Nerdfest. So once again, head on over to the link tree on the Gamecasters Instagram page or the merch channel in our Discord server to find the link to our Bonfire merch store. If you're looking to support the show, maybe consider flushing your money down the toilet by way of our Patreon page. There are 4 different tiers that you can use to hinder yourself if you're looking to unload some of that cold hard cash and help us keep the wheels of industry turning by supporting this podcast that you sometimes listen to. We have amazing patrons. Thank you so much for your support, guys. If you'd like to donate to help us pay for things like hosting fees, better equipment, blow-up dolls, poop knives, and the like, please head on over to patreon.com/the Gamecasters to help out. Possibly the best way to interact with all of us, though, is via our Discord server. If you go to the Gamecasters Instagram page, you can check out our link tree in our bio to get access to our server. It's a great way to engage with all 3 of us on a daily basis, as well as meet a bunch of like-minded, awesome people. So check out our Discord server. It's now the time of the show where I forget what the hell's even going on in this episode's Instagram inbox.
And now it's time for the Instagram inbox with the Mad Board Gamer.
We are back.
Oh.
It has been since October 3rd since we
Wow.
recorded an episode.
Holy shit.
It is
Sorry.
sometime in mid-November. Where the fuck have the 2 of you been?
Where have we been?
Where?
That's what I asked. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
asked.
Where the
world.
fuck have they been?
Oh, no, here and
Not
there.
just you. I made it all about all of us, okay? So we all took the blame for our 6-week hiatus.
Yeah, where have you guys been?
Yeah, well, Ryan and I went to Japan.
Yep.
And we actually just followed you, but strategically just like hid away from you. We went to like Super Nintendo World. We went to Mario
All the
World. We
cool
went to all the cool
You
stuff.
would have listened closely.
Yeah.
You would have known that I was talking on my cell phone on the bullet train one time.
To me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went on all the social media platforms and that I like, and I went and asked, where have we been? Okay, where have we been for the last 6 weeks or so without recording an episode? Hopefully we get back into our normal scheduled routine where every couple weeks we put out this shenanigans.
We like to put out.
So
Wouldn't you guys like that?
Captain Pedantic
Yes, we
says
would.
that we all went to IKEA to get some Calic shelves, started thinking about redecorating the other rooms, and then came to the realization it's probably just cheaper to live in IKEA. It took workers 3 weeks to notice us, basically because of our accumulating pile of dirty clothes. So that was it.
Yeah.
Jack Ruggles said that you were recording the next episode. Little did you know the frequency of the excitement of Nerdfest matched the frequency of excitement of Nerdfest 2025. Ripped a wormhole open.
Oh, I love this one
Ooh,
so
yeah.
far.
Unable to say no to a hole, Jeff and Ryan jumped straight in. He's
not wrong.
Natalie reluctantly followed. You jumped into the bodies of your
Didn't want to
future
be left
self
behind.
to experience the wacky 2025 Nerdfest of the future. We came back stronger, smarter, permanently erect, and ready to make 2025 Nerdfest even better.
Bigger, longer, harder.
How did he know?
Nerdfest 2025.
That's probably the most plausible explanation.
Nailed it.
It's closest to the reality.
Nailed it. Yep. Peter said we were at a Diddy party. So to pivot from there, we were at a
We're
Diddy
laying
party.
low.
Yeah.
Especially you.
Yeah. The Peter also said we were in like basically like a Saw movie. That we had to have some puzzle to try to escape.
Okay.
Yeah, we almost died.
And the board welder, Ryan, who I've been playing some games with on BGA.
Right, Ryan
We
Harms.
played Beyond the Sun, a couple other little games. I finally bought like a premium account or whatever that's called.
Yeah.
So, because I played Ark Nova a couple times, right, by myself, and I was texting
Right.
you about it. I was like, man, I got destroyed on my first Ark Nova
Right.
solo.
Have you been
play.
back to it since?
But yeah, I think I played it maybe 3 times. It is. You have to totally different cadence to that game.
It's
when you're playing it by
completely
yourself.
different.
It's a different
because you only have
game.
so much time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said that we were on a mission in Redacted to meet Redacted and do a whole bunch of Redacted, spy shit.
Yeah,
So that's what he
yes.
said. Yep. M Stop said that Natalie helped Emily cover up murders while Ryan hung out at home, and Jeff is the alibi. And then she said, P.S. shut up about all this message stuff. Can't say it on here. Better Half Review said we've just been living under a rock.
We've been looking at a rock. That's true.
Joe bored a place that we're stuck in the bathroom together. All of us.
So stuck.
Just stuck there.
Well, we can't get out. Better fuck each other.
Yep. Gotta do it. Each other. Who's up next? All right. Well, I just did Ryan, so it's now Ryan's turn to do me.
I picked Jeff.
And then Natalie's number didn't increase while we were in the bathroom. Ryan made it beyond 3,800.
Yeah, 3,909. Yeah.
What?
Dan the Burrito Man said we're at a global peace summit for 5 weeks, arguing if Micro Macro is a game or an activity. That's what we've been doing.
That's funny.
Dova Shinobi on Instagram, which I believe is the first time chipping into the inbox.
yeah.
So welcome.
Okay.
That we were cleaning all the poop knives and emptying all the pee bottles. And you're just busy as fuck.
Took a long time to do all that.
The pee bottles. It's just all the time.
Yeah, we're just
And
so
then-
busy.
Plus, we're busy.
And then he
so
said,
many.
and then Dova said we were just trying to fuck everybody.
That's okay. That's true.
Yeah.
Mostly I'm just trying to fuck Jeff.
Yeah.
and Jack Ruckless.
Apparently in the bathroom. All right, let me get over to Facebook and pull up a couple answers there for where the fuck we
Where
were.
the fuck have we been?
Micah Mills says, while Natalie was away, Ryan and Jeff stared at each other in tense awkwardness silence.
Yeah.
Okay?
We
Despite-
cannot speak to each other.
They're
unless
so
Natalie's here.
uncomfortable.
Despite being friends for many years, the void that separated the two has so large they just sat in limbo until Ryan got a text from Natalie said, she landed. To which he replied, well, see ya.
All right, bye.
And then he just left.
Had a good time.
That's what we were doing.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I know everything about your face now.
Is it? Yeah.
I've been looking at it for
Looked at it all.
8 days in a row.
Matthew Lawrence said we craftily wore Gamecasters t-shirts while
Whoa.
Jeff and Ryan snuck into Gaming Company and walked out with a pallet of Star Wars Unlimited. All right.
That's a Gen Con
I
joke,
know,
by
I
the way.
get it.
Daniel Bundison said we were at the West Arkansas Fuckathon.
Wow.
West Arkansas.
That's very specific.
That sounds
They
pretty
wouldn't,
good.
they wouldn't let us in because we're not related.
Yeah. Mel said, I'm sorry, new phone. Who dis? So that's, probably right.
Yeah.
William Russell says, lost somewhere in Natalie's nook, probably.
Oh, that would be great.
Just lost in there. Could
Kinda
you imagine
lost
just
in
being,
there.
Jeff, can you
Where
hear
do I
me?
go?
Hear me. How do I get out of here? Here.
Matt Cousineau, we'll end it with Matt Cousineau, said, Peter also went on Facebook and also wrote Diddy Party. So we have Diddy Party.
He wanted to make sure we really.
Yep.
Yeah.
Matt Cousineau. I think I'm on an upcoming episode of his podcast.
Oh, nice.
I think. Well, yeah, I don't know
You've
when it's
already
releasing,
recorded it?
but I already recorded it.
Oh,
Okay.
wow, cool.
It's like months ago.
Hopefully they put it out.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Are you not sure?
It was shitty. It was just me and Matt. No. Well, it was funny because we scheduled it with him and his co-host, and he couldn't show up, so it was just Matt and I.
Well, hopefully
was a lot of fun.
there's
You were the
nothing.
co-host.
It was months ago,
Yeah.
but there's nothing like topical on there.
Yeah, right. We just made
Like, Diddy Party.
What do you got for the election?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Matt said, I heard Natalie was hospitalized in Japan after playing with live electrical wires.
Oh,
When she finally made it back to the U.S., Ryan picked her up at the airport, but he was having some, bodily issues, flushing his poop in the washroom.
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 Well, he's Canadian.
Oh,
he's a Canadian. What a
He
conduct.
called Natalie asking to bring the poop knife. Okay. As she walked in, the door slammed and locked behind her.
Oh shit!
Ryan looked at Natalie and said, don't worry, babe. I added the babe part. I've been here before. He proceeds to slam into the steel bathroom door and dislocate his shoulder.
Nice.
While putting a small dent in the door.
Oh,
now,
thanks.
Ryan and Natalie are at airport security and have done a bunch of damage to the facilities there. Fast forward 2 weeks, the couple has finally made it back home where Jeff is sitting impatiently in his basement waiting for them to record the podcast. So I was just here while
Not
you all
accepting
were
any
doing
excuse
that.
of others, of
Right.
course.
I was just sitting here the
Well, at least
entire
I put a
time.
dent in the middle door.
Yeah, got it. So that's where we've been the last 6 weeks.
I wondered.
Yeah, now
I'm
you
glad
know. Now
because
you know where we
yeah,
Those are
I
all good
definitely-
excuses.
Yeah.
I definitely wondered
us.
what the fuck was going on here. So I would like to know, Natalie, maybe you could tell us what game you're going to put a hurtin' on in this episode's board game beatdown.
you're number one. You think you're number one? You think you're number one. You think you're number one.
Thanks to Ta and his request of a beatdown, you get a beatdown. It's been a while.
Yay.
You have not done a beatdown in forever.
I haven't done one in forever.
I was like, which button do I press again for that music?
I know, it's been forever. Well, yeah. I kind of needed to like have some time.
You needed a hiatus.
pass for some new games to come out.
Yeah, we hit it hard for a while.
Yeah.
We did. It was in every episode for
And
a long time.
so, you know, I was thinking about what games are really popular that I should just like kick them.
Yeah, which one needs to get?
Just
And I came up with
fucked.
Arcs.
Oh, Arcs.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good one because I feel like that's pretty divisive.
It's divisive,
Yeah.
but it's very popular and it has
Very
very
popular.
high rating.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
Does it have a lot of comments?
Yeah. It has over 5,000 ratings. I forget how many comments. It's rated 8.3
Yeah.
on BGG.
Yeah.
And 5,000, so it's beyond the
Sun.
sun. Beyond the bath and body
Right.
works.
5.2 thousand ratings, 1.2 thousand comments.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I always forget how many like fives they load in to like offset the
I don't know either. Yeah,
crazy,
for
but
the
it seems like
algorithm
that
to
might be
kick in.
beyond that.
I think they're beyond it too.
the sun.
Okay. So, Forge says, I'll try this again, but so far I think this is no good.
Ooh.
And
Just really thoughtful.
No, I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So far, I think this is no good.
Yeah.
They were
Matt-
like, I need to write this down and tell people
Yes.
this.
I know. Matt Way says, I am giving it a 3 because currently it sits at 8.3, which absurd. I'd say
Which
it's probably
absurd.
a 7 if you master it.
What does that mean?
Wait, how do
So they
you
give
master it? Isn't it?
And then why do you rate it? Why don't you rate it what you think instead of trying to pull the rating down?
Right.
You
Rate
rated
it
a
what you think it
3.
is.
Your one rating's not going to pull the whole thing down to what you think
Yeah,
it should
who
be.
the fuck do you think you are, Matthew Way? Is that what it
Matthew
is?
Way, I think he's indicative of the world's population as a whole. Thinks he's the main character here. Your 3 is not doing anything,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Healthy Gaming Network says, how can a game this popular be this broken?
All right. Whenever somebody calls a game
No.
broken, whenever that happens, I say, Jeff, I've referenced this so many fucking times, and I'm going to reference it again. One time, me and Jeff were at Michicon, WinterCon, one of those ones. And this guy, I think his name was Mike. He just bought. That's irrelevant. He had just bought an 8-Minute Empire. You remember that?
Yep.
He's reading the rule book for the first time, and he's like, "It says you only get like 1 coin after every round." He's like, "I think I'm gonna house rule you
But
get
we should just
3.
get-
One seems broken," and we were like,
Like, who the fuck are you?
Never,
Yeah.
yeah. What the hell are you talking about?
I just don't, like-
You haven't even played the fucking game. You're just assuming
this
based on
person
reading it. I think I'm on 3
Played
coins,
it
not
once,
1.
probably got their ass kicked, and then assumed it was broken.
Yeah,
It
like,
wasn't them,
broken.
it's
like,
the game.
like
Game is
Leader
broken.
Games, a giant fucking publisher, right? Who put out real heavy games.
Broken, dude.
They put out a game that's just broken.
Right.
Well,
You think
and you can
that's the
decide that
truth?
after like one.
It's an 8.3, but I mean, most people
but
don't agree it's broken.
Thank-
but it's
you
broken.
know what?
It's broken.
Thank everything for this person's existence that they figured out that it was broken. It's
broken.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for that. It's
Halifax Hammer.
I played it once. It's the game is just fucking broken.
Broken. I lost, so it's broken.
It's broken.
Plaster Cramp.
Plaster cramp?
Plaster cramp.
Yeah.
That's
Says,
funny.
honestly, one of the worst games I've ever played. Pretty
Okay.
much sums up the state of the modern board game scene. Nothing original, just mechanisms from other games spliced together with a nice coat of paint.
Why don't you create a game that has different mechanisms?
He's not
in
going
it?
to like anything ever.
Ever.
Yep.
All at once.
All at once.
Yeah.
Because he clearly only wants brand new
Every
mechanisms.
game you have to play must be brand fucking new.
Yeah.
Never
Right.
seen it before.
That game is Arcs is pretty
pretty
unique.
original.
I haven't seen many
Yeah,
games that
that's
take
true.
like a
The trick taking to make it a heavy,
and
like,
making
game?
making a kind of a not 4X but a conflict sort of game. But you know, well, who am I? I'm just some idiot.
Who the fuck am I?
that think it's
Right.
broken, you know.
Farian says, wait.
He says,
Everyone says,
"Oh wait,
Oh, okay, okay.
await
Oh, wait.
instructions."
Sorry, I'm trying to like interpret this. One time 4-player game in August 2024 during Johor Gaming Retreat weekend.
Johor?
Me and Cole Worley
Worley, the designer.
Yeah.
won't become friends.
Oh,
Okay, so he doesn't like this. Fine.
Yep. Flow Mage says the only feeling I leave a play session with is regret.
okay.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you can't really fault that one, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know people don't like this game. Ryan Quinn hated it. I
Yeah.
think, right? And I think it's a long game.
It's a long game.
So you can get, I think you can get pretty fucked in
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah. Mr. Dr. Officer.
Mr. Doctor Officer.
Hello, I'm Mr. Dr. Officer.
Sorry, some of these are like really
General
small.
Mr. Doctor Officer.
Arcs is neither clean,
No.
not clever.
It's neither clean, not clever, Jeff.
So it is clever.
Neither clean, not clever.
It masks its flaws with distractions and
Neither
is
not
ashamed
clever?
of its design inspiration.
It's ashamed of it.
Yeah.
Why? How
a
so?
game can be ashamed. Didn't you
How is the
know?
game ashamed of its design decisions?
Build
What does
as
that
a
mean?
strategic experience, but delivered as an ode to Fantasy Flight thematic indulgences.
The Madigan indulgences?
That's cool.
Thematic.
Oh.
Arcs is to board games what Showgirls is to film.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Oh, God. I'm glad you ended it so cool.
Oh my
Thanks,
god!
cool
This is.
guy.
I played this and I was like, "This is what are we doing? Showgirls?
What are
this
we
is
playing?
Showgirls.
Showgirls,
basically.
the game?
This is Elizabeth Berkley's tits.
Oh,
She was in Saved by the Bell. Remember that?
Yeah.
No, this is. Let me see her boobs, and that's what
And then
Arcs
that's
is.
basically this
that's
board
Arcs.
Ravenholm Wacht. I don't know. I think it's like a German person. Mean game, not my cup of tea.
Okay,
Fine.
that I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because I've heard that as well. I've heard it's
Right.
really mean.
Yes.
Right? Jeff was like, "Don't play this, Ryan."
Yeah, I would. Yeah, Ryan shouldn't play this game. Devin's not. Doesn't know. But like, I would play it with the right group of people. But
Yeah.
like, it's not fine.
Ben backed you up there too. He played it, and I was like, "What do you think?" I was like, "Jeff said I probably shouldn't play this." He was like, "No, don't play this."
He's like,
He's like, "This is not something you would enjoy."
Game Geek Mike says the scoring is boo boo.
Oh,
I can
poor
say
Mike.
you play
That little
very
fingy.
well and get
His
no
little
gain.
fingy.
His little fingy.
Yeah. After playing a few times, it is 2 by chance.
Yeah, it's 2 by chance, like 2 by 4s.
Oh,
by
I
chance.
hate
It's
a
that
2 by
boo boo
chance.
scoring.
Yeah, people don't. I think people don't like that there is card.
Randomness.
There's card randomness
Yeah,
in
in
a
a
game
heavy
that
game.
is a high conflict area control type of game.
What is stupid? Most high conflict area control games are random.
Yeah,
With a
like you're
dice
not
roll.
rolling dice.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, would people rather have dice rolling than getting a hand of cards? I guess is what they would rather do.
Tara Galina says, really stupid mix of mechanics. Trick taking and 4X with a ton of cards really doesn't mix. Ascending Empires is a much better crossover experiment. It is it at least has a party factor. This is just a slow, tedious grind.
Do you ever play Ascending Empires?
No,
Me neither. I don't want to
no.
I've never even heard of that.
after that review.
Yeah.
So we got one guy who's like, this is the most unoriginal shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then someone else is like, I don't think these mechanics go together, which to me seems like they haven't seen it before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but at least
Which one's true?
That was at least a thoughtful thing to say. That person didn't like that
I
those
don't
two were
like
meshed.
that.
Yeah, I
and
didn't like
can
these
see
together.
that.
Yeah.
I think that's what most people enjoy it. One of the big draws about this game is like, wow, trick taking has kind of gone into a heavy kind of a game. I think that's like one of the
Yeah.
Right, it makes
one
it
of the
unique.
points in the game's
Yeah.
favor. But this person didn't
And
like
it's
it.
also it's kind of it's like 50% trick taking.
Okay.
It's not a full
Full on trick
it's,
taking.
yeah, it's not a full hard on trick taking.
Yeah.
It's like a halfie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vitor Marino.
Uncle Vito?
Vitor.
We couldn't even finish the game, just bad.
Ooh. Yeah, I've heard a couple people, they'll play it. It takes out a couple hours, and then they're just like, I can't. This is
too long.
And again, you can play a game and be like, this isn't
Yeah, it's not for me.
it's not like it's also not necessarily the like worker placement game where you're like, no, let's take my 2 more
Yeah.
turns and then be done. You know.
Kick Butt 101.
Sweet. But
Game efficiency.
It's like a college course.
but 101.
Right.
But 101.
Game efficiency and actions that you can do based on luck of the draw. No. Nope. Never again.
Oh, I see. Okay, so that's the problem with randomness people have is that you don't even get to choose necessarily.
Well, you do
from
you
a
just
list
have
of
to
things.
play an extra card and people get mad at that.
Oh, I
So
see.
then you get less. You can take whatever action you want.
It's
You
just not as
aren't-
economical.
Yeah, you're not
Like in Underwater Cities, where
maximizing-
you could take any space you want to, but you want to match the color.
Yeah, so like yes, people can be really annoyed to be like, I want to do this, but I don't have a higher card, so I can only do one of it or whatever. And it's like you can do whatever you want, but you just have to sacrifice efficiency and the number of turns you have, which again can feel really shitty. But
Yeah.
Right, especially if you're not getting the cards
yes,
you want.
Yeah.
if you assume over
mean,
the
hey.
course of playing this 10 times that everyone's going to get a little bit of
Yeah, it's going to happen to
fucked
everybody.
here and there, but if you get fucked a lot in your first game, you're probably like, nah, I'm not doing this.
Which is why this is a divisive game.
And I would get that.
Yeah.
There's Ben was telling me about the expansion that's out. I think he just got it.
Yeah.
that is almost like a campaign, or
He said
plays
makes
over
the
course.
game what it was intended to be.
Yeah, it plays over the course of a certain amount of games, and if you are the one that gets fucked in the first game, you kind of get like a better faction the next game,
next
where you're
time,
sort of
yeah.
like
Makes up
a little
for
more
it.
powerful,
Yeah.
and you start the game a little better.
Yeah, he was really excited about it because that was the main thing he said. He was like, I think it kind of makes the way Arcs was designed to be is with this expansion in it. So I think he was really pumped
And with
about it.
two,
about
if
that.
just him and M play, they can sort of stay out of each other's way. They don't have to completely just try to, like, I mean, they can fuck each other. They can
Yeah.
fuck each other.
Well, they better.
They, you know, like,
Well, they're married.
Oh, so they're not fucking each other. They're married. So they're not fucking.
they're not anymore.
They gotta stick to fucking in the game.
Right.
Hold her at dick point, man.
Fucking each other over.
Oh, shit,
Tavernier
yeah.
says the worst experience of this year in gaming. I didn't have 1 minute of fun. The procedure of doing actions is dull, way too much luck and randomness. The scoring is the least fun in scoring I remember ever having.
Ooh, man.
Burn.
I'm not mad at that comment though.
No,
that's
fine.
not a comment.
That's just
like,
an opinion.
"This is a
Yeah.
stupid ass."
Yeah, because you dictate the scoring for the round.
Yeah.
If you play a certain card, you can dictate. I think it's a certain card.
Yeah.
But you can pull out and be like, pull out, gross. I mean, good for you.
Yeah.
To say like, oh, I'm winning the resource battle. I'm going to take this to score this round. And again, if you're not doing that, that can feel shitty. But also, you should just be doing that. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
But
It seems like the learning curve is kind of big.
Oh, yeah.
For this one.
Yeah. Normal Street says one is
make a
the
left right there.
Yeah.
one is the worst experience I had. Random colon the game. Genius game design.
Wait, read that again.
Oh, okay.
One
No, I get
is
that.
the worst experience I had. Random the game. They're saying like this is called Random the game. And then they said genius game design.
No, I think it's the experience I had is shitty and random. And then it's like the game, genius game design.
No, it says one is the worst experience I had, period. Then
Yeah.
it says random colon the game, period. Then it says genius game design, exclamation point.
Oh.
I don't get the one.
Okay, so they rated it a 1. Did they rate it a 1?
Yes, they rated it.
Oh,
They rated it
okay.
a 1.
It's
they
not
don't like
like-
it. It's random.
He's not listing stuff. He's not like one, this.
Oh, no,
I
it's
think
like
they're saying,
rating
like,
of 1.
Rating
I
of
don't like
one
it.
is
It's too
the
random.
worst. Then they're saying like random the game, like you know how people
Yeah,
joke
this
about
is
that.
random the game.
But then they said genius game design. That's the part
Why
I
would
was
you rate it a
confused
1?
about.
Like,
That's
at least,
kind of a
at
little
least
bit
see it.
contradictory.
I guess if you're rating it personally, but I also
I
like when
hate
people
this fucking game.
understand.
God, it's so good.
They did such a good job, but I hated
that
it.
is honestly. I think maybe what he's trying to say is like I can see that the design here is great, but I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
To
just
me,
random.
To me, that wouldn't be a 1.
I had a bad experience.
But if he's doing a personal thing, that's fine. But usually,
Also,
if
people
I
are very
don't like a
extreme.
game and I see like,
Yeah.
okay, there's game there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily be like, it's the worst fucking thing.
Yeah.
1 is saved for broken games, which broken.
right, even like this
Who the
is
fuck am I?
silly, but like on Goodreads, I like rate the books that I
Book
read.
is broken.
It's broken.
And I
The
always
bind
tend
fell apart.
kind
I
of like
opened it, it
games.
fell apart.
I always tend to rate them like basically like 5, 4, and then like 3 is like
Because it goes out
it
of 5
wasn't-
stars.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
out of 5 stars. So 5's like fucking loved it, couldn't put it down. 4 is like really really good, but maybe not a 5. 3 is like
Fucked it.
it was pretty good, and then like I never rate anything lower than that. Unless I guess I like fucking hated it or couldn't finish it or something.
Right.
It was
but like
broken.
I
And that's basically a 1 through 4.
but I feel like
on BGG.
right. But some people they'll like consistently rate stuff like 3s and 2s and stuff, and I'm like,
People are very
wasn't
critical.
that bad? You know, everyone just has different like rating scales.
Well, that's why these BGG ratings are like taken with a grain of salt.
Right,
Because
yeah.
they're very subjective.
Like I don't even know what I would do to rate a book 1. It must be like the dumbest book I've ever
It
seen.
like stopped them.
You
It
know?
like didn't finish.
It
right.
fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You open it and all the pages.
This
and
thing
they weren't
came
numbered.
apart.
They weren't numbered.
Not
and you
even
said,
readable.
Yeah.
Anyways, last one. Mr. Un1KOD3R. I don't know.
Okay, Mr. Unlun K.
Way too random for what is it?
Ooh, what is it?
What
It's
is
it.
So,
What is
there you
it?
have
Way
it.
too random for what is it?
I understand the random conversation. It makes. I get it. I get it.
But see, I think this flies in the face of that guy who is like, you know, I've not seen this before. To me, this is like someone's taking a risk. Cole Worley's taking a risk here
Yeah.
when he's putting this mechanism in a game with this much conflict and heaviness. And I think that alone is to be applauded. Like,
Yeah.
I think of that Friedman
Whether
Freeze
you like
game.
it or not, it stands out
what was that Friedman Freeze game,
against
Jeff?
other games.
Was it was called like
504.
Yeah, 504. Thank you. I was like
Something like
804.
that, right?
504. There's Natalie, have you heard of this game called 504 by Friedman Freese? He designed it like, I don't know, maybe a decade ago. There's 504 games. Or is it 304? No, 504 is right.
Oh,
There's like 504 games
I've heard you talk
in
about
this
it.
game.
yeah.
Most of them, maybe all of them, suck.
Yeah.
But I applaud him for,
Yep.
Going for it.
doing something
Yeah.
like that. Like there's a bunch of different ways you just like, you choose like, action selection and then this worker placement and
turn to
space
this
or something.
page
And it's
and then
like,
it'll-
that
This is the
creates
game you
its brand,
play, yeah.
brand new game.
Okay, yeah.
And they mostly kind of blow. But what a cool
It's a cool
fucking design
concept, yeah.
concept. And I feel that way about ARCs, whether you love it or you hate it.
They tried
It's
something
kind of
new.
cool that they're trying, okay, maybe there's not a brand new mechanism in it, but it's taken, there's this pool of game mechanisms that exists that people draw from because they're tried and true and they work. So they're good jumping off points. Now, Cole Worley is just like, I'm going to take, this kind of thing, and then let's throw in trick taking. That in itself is creating something new that hasn't been done before. And I
He's
think
done that
that's
like,
cool.
Root is pretty unique in like the asymmetrical area control kind of thing. And that was something that hit for a lot of people.
Yeah,
And
that
same
one I
thing
feel
with-
like he fucked with the theme there, right? Because that's just like a war game, basically like a coin game, but it's got this little cute little
Yeah.
like furry
And then you give
animals.
everybody their own like kind of rule book of like how to work your character. Okay, Oath was like unique and different too. So it's like he's living on like the fringe of a lot of these sort of things, and it's noteworthy. It's cool. Like,
is.
good for him.
How many? There's going to be new board game mechanisms. It's going to be like once a decade. There'll be one.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's not going to happen very often. So,
Right.
all right, you beat the fuck out of that game. That sounded good for me. Let's take it now to the game of the episode. Here's how it's going to work. Jeff, can you pull up a timer on your phone, please? Natalie, I'm going to give this to you. We're going to play the 3-minute game. However, the 3-minute game is going to be a little bit different this time. It's not only board games.
Okay.
Natalie, you'll see as the list goes on, you're going to need to get Jeff to guess these things
Okay.
without saying the name of the things itself. Are you guys ready?
Bottom.
What? Don't look at the bottom.
Oh boy. Okay. Do I hit start?
You're going to hit start when I say go. Are you ready for this, Natalie? So here's
Yes.
what, let me explain this to the audience here. So we call this the 3-minute game. There are 30 items, keywords, and Natalie has 3 minutes
6 minutes.
to get Jeff
call the 3 minutes.
to get Jeff to guess all 30 of these before the timer runs out. We've only completed this game
When Ryan
once
and
it was
Jeff
me and
played.
Jeff doing it. Yeah, we've done it once.
I'm
We've
involved,
played
it
it
doesn't work.
15, 20 times, maybe more. This is different though. Typically they're all board games. These are not
This
only
could be
board games.
anything.
This could be anything. There's some board games in there.
Okay.
On your
There's
marks.
also not board games.
There's also a lot of not board games. On your
Okay.
marks, get set, go.
Giving us
Okay.
for a second.
The 25th century game we just talked about with 3.
Run.
Yes. Hungry Howie's famous Gamecasters moment.
Boy pizza, girl pizza.
Yes. Something famous that you've said.
Number blind.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay. I got this for
Famous.
Ryan in Japan.
Ghost Stones.
Yes.
It's 4.
For your health.
Steve Brule.
Yes. Got 5.
The girl in the singer in Only Murders in the Building.
Selena Gomez.
Yes.
6.
Sex doll.
Right.
Hobbs is.
A dog. Oh, Natalie's dog.
Yeah. You went here this past summer with Devin and other people
Mackinac
in
Island.
Nevada.
Oh, Las Vegas.
Got it.
What's happening in 2025?
Nerdfest.
Yes.
Got it.
A lot of things.
Another game we played, deduction game.
Bomb Busters.
Yes.
Got it.
My guy from Curb.
Oh, Larry David.
Our podcast.
Sexy. The Gamecasters.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
What did your Mountain Dew thing that you bought?
Slurpee.
Yeah.
I didn't hear
Mountain
that.
Dew thing you
One
bought.
of your favorite games where you're in.
Underwater City.
Yeah.
Oh, that was close. Faster,
the
Natalie,
shimmery,
faster.
the shimmery game with all the cards
Shimmer game with the cards.
that you just talked about that we played. That's random. No, it's blackjack.
Flip 7.
Yes. Okay. Another card game like the Gang, but it's like the real thing. With
Texas Hold'em.
No.
Poker.
Like, yes. Who's been our football team?
The Detroit Lions.
Ryan has had sex.
3,800 times.
You said 3,800 times.
Jack wakes up in the morning and says,
Suck a time.
Ryan told me to buy him for Christmas this game that you talked about.
Wondrous creature.
Yes.
Where did you go to college?
Michigan State.
Yeah.
Where was Ryan when I left for work that one day?
Stuck in the bathroom.
Where we at? What was our time looking like?
Oh gosh, this is my first one.
Back on. You got a
Okay.
minute. You can do this.
Okay. The name of this game. No.
The 3-minute
One
game.
of my segments that
Natalie's
you
Nook.
do
The
fast.
beatdown.
That you do really fast. And then it has like flames, and then your quick
Oh, God.
flames. Quick flames.
I don't know, Pat. Keep going.
Okay.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Oh yeah. The 7 wonders.
Lord of the Rings Duel.
Yes.
Yes.
The guy from Seinfeld who is like Larry David's character.
George.
Yes.
Stanza.
Yes.
The
30 seconds.
The TV show with Phil Dunphy.
Modern Family.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
That guy over there.
Ryan.
The thing that dangles on him.
Ryan's penis.
Yes.
Yes.
And then me, I have
Natalie's
a
vagina.
And then you have.
I have Jeff's penis.
Yes.
Number 23.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, you do.
I don't know.
No fucking way. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, NFW.
No. But what's the other one? No fucking way.
I can see that.
Hell,
Yes! You did it!
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all. We had to cheat a little
I was
bit.
like,
You
the time is up right
got
now.
them all.
Whoa.
Nicely done. Great
I
job.
just look at the bottom and I see Ryan's penis, Natalie's vagina, Jeff's penis. I was like, oh man.
He's like, oh fuck! I saw the bottom of the list. Oh man,
Good
you
job,
got
man.
them all. That was great.
I
Good
forgot
job, you
what I can
guys.
see that was.
Good job. Of course you did. What's our
All
guild
right.
number?
Yeah. What is our guild number? Natalie? Nope.
3749.
God damn it. It goes in order, Natalie.
3678.
Yes. 367.
Yes, that's
Yes.
it. Very good.
3915. 2842.
I remember when we played
1983.
that game, I was like, it definitely doesn't go in order.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not that
I
one.
would remember that
I'll
if it
say
was
this
in order.
too. There was some on there. I'm like, man, he might not get these. You got them word for word,
I know.
Jeff. You
All right,
said
like-
exact. Yeah.
3,800.
Yeah, it actually said 3,800 times. That's exactly what he said, 3,800 times. Also, I thought you were going to say the Lions, but he said the Detroit Lions, and
All right.
that's
Yeah.
what it says on there. All right, we're going to move into the top 5.
All right.
This is a top 5 Natalie brought to us, so we're going to end it with Natalie. So we're going to go around the horn. We'll do me, Jeff, and Natalie here. This is our top 5 things we were doing while we were not recording for the last 6 weeks. What were we doing? We heard what the audience said
Thought
we were doing. What do we think we were doing? We'll start with me. Number 5 for me is instead of doing our podcast about board games, I was designing a board game about podcasting for the last 6 weeks. You'll see that come out in the next couple of years.
That's good.
Jeff, number 5.
My number 5 is nothing.
Jeff didn't do
I'll
shit.
do
nothing.
Jeff just stared at me in the face.
Actually,
for
my
6
number 5
weeks.
is my number 5 is just constantly bugging Natalie and Ryan about, hey, we got
But you guys
Are
want to
we-
record
like,
this
do you guys
week?
wanna
You
record?
want to record this
And
week?
then I'd be like, all right, they haven't answered. Probably not.
Yeah, sorry.
Ryan's like, yeah, one day.
Like she
One
gets back from
day,
Japan.
we'll get back to it.
We instantly
Well, I know,
get
you have all
sick,
your and
and then the
stuff's going
I didn't
on
talk
and-
about this in the banter either. I was going to, but like
Well,
our,
yeah.
do you not want to get into it?
No, we can.
Our jobs have changed drastically,
Yeah, that's-
dramatically. Like as much as they can change without us losing them.
Sure.
Basically,
Yeah. Our company like split up and me and Ryan split.
we no longer. Well, we're still together.
Oh, yeah.
The
don't
company
work
split up, so we have to too.
together
Yeah, we no
anymore.
longer work for the same company, and the company that I work for now there's only 10 of us. I got a really big promotion, and it's great. It's all good news.
But there's just a
But
really
it
big
is
transition.
the most
everyone's
intense,
just-
crazy time for
Yeah.
both of us, and
Yeah.
it's every single day.
Yeah.
It does not stop until after 5 o'clock. We're still working a lot of days.
Yeah.
you know, and then we're done, and we're just like, I have nothing. I have
Yeah,
nothing
I get
left.
that.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
So it's really
Been
been
rough.
it's really been rough. Yeah, but again, it's not bad.
No.
For our careers,
It's
it's,
just a lot
good. It's just
of work
whoa,
right now.
my
Yeah.
God, it's a lot. So that's a bullshit reason at the very end of the podcast. If you're listening
I
this
know.
long, why we're not doing, but that was the reason. So Natalie, number 5.
I was getting a new car.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
Took a long time. Yeah, it took a while. Number 4 for me, vigorous masturbation is what I was doing, and I'm so good at it now, you guys.
Wow.
I've spent 6 weeks practicing.
Yeah. I mean, Natalie was gone for a week
I
and a
am
half. So you
really-
had some free time.
The bulk of it was then,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, my sex life didn't change a ton when she was gone to when she was back. So the bulk of it happened during the 6 weeks. I'm just kidding. Number 4, Jeff.
I've just been opening Star Wars Unlimited packs.
You bought one a day.
One a day.
Yeah. One a day.
Open this one.
Oh, showcase today. No, and then never again. Natalie, number
today? No. Yeah. We'll open another pack.
Number 4.
Watching lots and lots of The Office.
Yeah, we've been
Have you
going
really?
back through The
And
Office
we've
again.
been like loving it more than ever.
She has. How come you have, I wonder?
I don't know. It's just like making me laugh so much.
It's a great show. I've probably, God, do I want to say how many times I've probably seen The Office all the way through?
3,800.
Probably 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've probably gone through the entire series 8 times.
Front, like, all the way through, like, I would say the first 3 seasons I've probably seen 8 or 9 times.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You
toward
stop
the,
after a
toward the
while.
later stuff, I don't go back to as regularly.
It's not as good at all.
Yeah.
It's not. For some reason, I always do the whole thing, but you're right. It's not as good. Number 3 for me, I've been investing time into my new hobby, which is doom scrolling on Instagram.
Oh, God.
Doom scrolling. There's another a brand
You gotta
new
stop that.
a brand new social networking site out now
Sky Blue.
called what the fuck's it called? Blue Wings?
Blue Sky.
Butterfly effect?
Pretty sure it's called Blue Sky.
Blue Sky. I signed up for it.
Right, is it Blue Sky?
But it's
I have
just
no
Twitter.
idea.
Well, right.
It's literally Twitter.
Yeah.
Of what Twitter used to be before it became X.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like in the formatting
And
ways.
what does doom? What does that mean?
Oh, doom scrolling is just you just
You just scroll
go onto
until you
reels
die.
and you just scroll.
Oh, you just
just,
scroll
like,
until you're dead.
scroll
Yeah.
for hours and
Got
hours
it.
and hours. Yeah, that's doom scrolling.
I thought there was a specific.
It's like you
reason,
just
like,
can't
what
stop. You're just going.
Yeah.
And
No,
going
it's
and
literally
wasting time.
just bullshit. You
yeah,
know,
there's nothing
crushing my
productive about
brain.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I've had 6
That's-
weeks
We
too,
do that
so.
when Devin and I come home exhausted most days from
Right.
our job, and then the kids, and then
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
it's just sit on the couch and you just scroll
just go
because
on
it's
your
just-
phone
it's-
Do some
forever.
mindless
You can
shit.
finally do something mindless, and that's it.
That's what happens.
It's usually a before bed routine for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Jeff, number 3.
Oh yeah, it's my turn. My number 3 is I like have all this free time, so I just got really good at teaching.
Yeah, you weren't
Really
very
good
good
at my
before
job.
this.
Like I'm like really good at it.
Yeah,
now.
you were like
But
okay.
thankfully, we started to record, so fuck that.
You're gonna go. Yeah, now it's going by
now
the
it's going
wayside.
right back down.
You
But the last
peaked
like 6
at, like,
weeks,
week
I was
5.
like, wow, I'm really
I
good
am
at this.
so good.
Not anymore. Slip.
They're gonna take money away from you now.
Right.
Natalie, number 3.
Lots of Nerdfest work.
Okay, that's a real
Yeah,
one.
you guys have been
That's a
doing
real one.
that.
There
Yeah.
has been but I'll tell you this: we are at such a good spot
seems
now.
like
We're way ahead of the game.
We're so
compared to
far
how
ahead of the
we were
game.
in the
Honestly,
past.
just the website, just finding that website, Tabletop Events is the website.
So much better.
It is so great. Oh, yeah, I don't think I said this in the banter, but if you want to sign up for Nerdfest, tabletopevents.com, you can search Nerdfest 2025. You'll find it there. Or you can go onto the link tree of the Gamecasters Instagram page.
Or
you go to the
Facebook.
bio.
Yeah.
Or on the Facebook, it's there. Or if you're in the Discord, the links are all there as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways. Or if you forgot all of that, just email me at thegamecasterspodcast@gmail.com and
I'm sure
send you the
we'll
link.
get a commercial going.
I'll put the link
Yeah.
as well in the show notes
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
And timestamps.
and timestamps. Yes.
No, we're not.
Never happening. Never fucking happening. Number 2, for me, I've gotten really into spending money.
Cool.
Yeah, it's always been a passion of mine.
Well, when you get
But
the
finally, I
promotion,
found
what are
time
we
to
gonna do with
devote
all
to
the
it.
extra
Yeah,
extra?
exactly. Well, I got the promotion. I didn't get the raise necessarily.
Oh, yeah.
Boo.
Still hoping
yeah.
for that.
Yeah, still hoping for that. We're holding out hope. But I'm so it's always been a passion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To spend it.
It's fun.
And I
to
finally
just
had time
get,
to
like,
do it.
Stuff is awesome.
What is better than hitting that buy it now?
Like,
that
I
dopamine
know.
hit is
When
great.
people are like, money doesn't buy you happiness. You know what stuff does?
Stuff.
Like the money, like the physical money, I'm like, oh, cool, I have $1. But when I get something
For that dollar, that's fucking
super
great.
Cool.
Number 2, Jeff.
My number 2 is I've been playing games in my basement and then just talking to no one about it. Like I sit at my game table and I
You're
just
like, I
say
wish I
like,
had
Here's what I
an
would have
outlet
said on the
enjoyed
show.
that.
Talk about it.
But it's by myself. Devin's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing.
You like make a joke as you, and then you stand
Yeah.
up and you go to where I would sit, and then you laugh as
That's a
me,
funny
and then you
one.
get up and say, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
Natalie.
like such a big relief right now?
Yeah.
Like, oh, got it off my chest.
Yeah, finally. Oh, we did it.
It's a big release, you mean?
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
big relief.
Natalie, number 2.
So much making out.
With who?
Making out.
We have been making out a lot.
Really? Just like making
Turns
out?
out
Yeah.
making out is really fun.
Back, in the day.
I feel like you don't do it as much later on
No.
in your relationship.
No, you don't make out a ton. We've been making out a little bit. It's been really gross.
Well, it's because
And
you were
awesome.
like, well, once you start
Why is
like
it
just
gross?
doing it, you're like, I just want to do it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And then you
Once
slow
you
down
do
and
it, you're
keep
like,
doing
I go-
it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but we kissed one time, and I was like, "Oh, that felt cool." And she's like, "Let's do it again. This time with tongue." That's which constitutes
that's not
a
how it
makeout.
happened.
That's what constitutes
and
a
then
makeout.
when you get like horizontal and you make out.
exactly, then you can kind of make out while you're inserting.
Yeah.
It's fun. Number one.
Natalie, you started it.
Number one for me. Things I've done while waiting for the podcast. I've been stressed out about how long it's been since we've recorded the podcast.
I'm feeling guilty and
Yeah, like I'm just like, oh my god, another week has gone by, and what the fuck are we gonna do? Oh my, how's this gonna work? I have no energy. We can't do it. We haven't even playing anything. What are we gonna fucking do? All the time. So now this is a good reset. Like, okay, we finally got one out.
Get back
Yeah.
to it.
All right, Jeff,
one out.
number one.
I've just I've over the last 6 weeks I've been secretly hiding in your house. Waiting for you to say, "Hey, we're gonna record." I'll be like, "I'll be there in 3 minutes."
Oh my god.
So sometimes like you'll be working and I'm just like in the kitchen.
Right.
Or when the kids aren't here, I'm just like sleeping in there.
He runs upstairs as he hears my zip.
Oh my god.
He's jacking off again.
Yep, I've been sleeping in Natalie's car, her new car.
He's fucking
You know. So I've been hiding here waiting.
Yeah, very cool. Natalie, number one.
Well, Ryan was feeling stressed out and guilty. I was vacationing in Japan.
Natalie's living her best life. We're not recording? Oh, fuck yeah. Here we go. Let's go.
And I was like, "Oh, what's going on with the company? I need 2 weeks off.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm out."
Totally.
Goodbye. Fuck that. Do you guys have any honorable mentions? I don't.
Nope.
No.
So that's going to do it for us tonight, everybody. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can find us on Instagram at Gamecasters or at Mad Board Gamer. Both of those accounts service the podcast. We also have a Facebook group. Just search Gamecasters and you'll find us there. You can also email us at thegamecasterspodcast@gmail.com. If you like the show, we'd love it if you consider giving us a rating on Apple Podcasts or anywhere else you listen that allows you to rate us. We've also got a Patreon. If you want to support the show, feel free to head on over to patreon.com/thegamecasters. There's also a merch store where you can find all sorts of different Gamecasters Mad Board Gamer gear. So head on over to the link tree on the Gamecasters Instagram page or the merch channel in our Discord server to find the link to our Bonfire merch store. So, for Natalie and Jeff the Mad Board Gamer, I'm Ryan, and you have been listening to The Gamecasters. Good night, everybody.
Steak.
Just one.
Let's get another steak.
Instead,
Instead of the small scoop of mashed potatoes, I need an entire pizza.
can I get a large pizza?
Just one large pizza.
Oh,
Make it
man.
be a girl pizza.
And that became the girl pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if they made pizza where the crust was pink? It's just pink dye.
They should for
And then-
Valentine's Day.
They make
And then-
Or, like,
heart-shaped
breast
pizzas for
cancer.
They make
Whatever
heart, they
it
make the
Yeah.
shaped cancer. What if it was like dyed?
Shape cancer.
shape cancer. What shape is cancer?
Oh my god.
Did I say that?
Yes. You're like, they do make the shape
They
cancer.
make the shape cancer.
34.
Did I say that?
I was like,
Why do
you
you
guys
think
say
we're both
that?
like shape
I
cancer?
was like, which one of us said that?
I'll laugh too. Why not?
Yeah, right. I was like, that would be ridiculous.
Did I say that?
Did I
Did
say
I do
that?
that?